every week. What about Barry Hall? Who do you think's going to be the man for Barry?
And 60 minutes, 7:30 tonight.
2004 Toyota AFL Premiership season brought to you by our telecast sponsors. Primus Telecom, change is simple. Chartered Accountants, employ our thinking. Radio Rentals, now big in furniture. Amy, lucky you're with Amy. Keno, win it by the minute. And Toyota, oh what a feeling.
Good afternoon and welcome to Amy Stadium. A big match between Adelaide and Richmond, round 20 action here, and both of these teams looking forward to 2005 with brand new coaches, and the Adelaide Crows admittedly already have their new coach at the helm. Well, this week he's been appointed anyway. They sit on 4 wins. Sorry, the Tigers sit on 4 wins and Adelaide on 6. Good afternoon, Dwayne Russell.
Good afternoon, Dermot. It's been a disappointing season for both teams, as you said. 11 losses in a row now for the Tigers, their worst in any one season in the history of the club. And the Adelaide Crows, well, they wouldn't want to finish 13th or worse because that would be the worst ever finish for them. So both teams trying to resurrect their season and get some momentum going into next year.
Disappointing season for both of these sides, but they look forward with some young players out on the ground with both of these teams. And James Brayshaw caught up with the recently appointed to the helm coach of Adelaide, who will have the job from now on, Neil Craig.
Well, Neil, a bit of relief since the announcement?
Oh, yeah, James, it's good to get that out of the way. Now it's just get on with playing the game and coaching the club and let's get this club back to where it should be.
What are you hoping to see from your boys today?
We're hoping to see a real fierce competition from both sides. They're obviously going to be pretty desperate to get a win, and we want to see...
And just lost the feed there with James Brayshaw. There might have been his sunglasses shorted out the feed up to the commentary box.
His glow.
Yes, his glow, exactly. Let's take a look at the Adelaide Crows team, and well, they do have a few problems on the ground at the moment.
They have got some players up there that have a history of kicking goals, just haven't kicked a lot of them this year. Perry and Welsh, just to name a couple. But Mark Rasciuto, Dermot, where do you play your engine? Where do you play your heart? Do you play him in the middle or up forward?
Well, Neil Craig said before he cut out then that they really need a fierce competition. And surprisingly enough, they're now 16th in the competition over the last 8 weeks since he took over for tackles.
Yeah.
Mark Rasciuto is the heart and soul of that department, at least anyway. But he goes forward last week, kicks 3 goals for, I think it was. And you rob Peter to pay Paul. You don't get his hardness and toughness in the middle of the ground. So it's going to be a tough call. Do they get that real hard edge back in the middle of the ground or get his goal-kicking power back? Because where are the goals going to come from? Ian Parry, he's kicked 1 goal. Wayne Carey still sits second on the Adelaide Crows goal-kicking list.
Yeah, it's amazing. Welsh is their best goal kicker of the 22 they've got running out this afternoon. He's kicked 30 for the season. And it's an interesting scenario we face this afternoon because Terry Wallace, the new coach of the Richmond Football Club, he's sitting home this afternoon. He didn't make the trip here to Amy Stadium. He's going to watch this on the box. And a lot of players will be playing to try and establish themselves on the list for next year because they have got some youth and they've also got some players who might be trade bait.
Well, we saw Matty Richardson there as well. He kicked 2 goals last week. Not getting a good enough return from him, but over the last 6 weeks, he's averaged 8 shots at goal per week. So for 8 shots and only getting 2, he did give away 6 goal assists, direct goal assists last week. So if he's not kicking them, he should be giving them off to people who are better positioned.
The key is whether he kicks 7 goals 3 instead of 3 goals 7, because if he kicks 3 goals 7, they're 4 goals worse off, and that's the difference between winning and losing a game.
As history shows, when a coach says he's going, some players rise and some fall. Roden, Schultz and Cracker, they have come to the fore as well. These 3 boys, given the opportunity now, Danny has said, well, we better press with some youth and have a look for whoever the incoming coach would be. Now we find out it's Terry Wallace, and those 3 boys have stood up over the last 8 weeks or so.
Joel Bowden, interestingly enough, 9th season, never won a best and fairest with the Tigers, but this might be the year. He has been superb.
Well, since he got dropped in round 6 or so, he's come back and led the competition in many of the statistics. Don't worry about the possessions. He gives a lot of little gives and gets, and they jack him up a bit. There's young Jackson, but Joel Bowden, #1 for defensive rebounds. That's a good statistic to have if you're a key backman.
And Kelvin Law there on screen. Pretty big task for some of these young players, but I'm looking forward to having a look at them go around.
Well, 2 coaches are going to learn something about these lists for 2005. We will find out also on the other side of the break. It is round 20 action here at AAMI Stadium. You're watching Sunday Football.
Big months. Brace yourself for an incredible 90 nights on 9. Reality's greatest hit returns down under.
A new apprentice is about to start.
All new
The
apprentice.
Australian movie event Big Reef.
Changing bodies, changing lives. Bodywork.
This isn't pretty.
Switch on to White Swap.
Here comes the big one. Friends, the grand finale.
Who's laughing now?
All new Malcolm in the Middle. Sex and the City's final fling.
I'm not gonna cry.
All new Emotion RPA. And This Is Your Life.
From the makers of Pompeii, Colosseum. And from the producer of CSI, Cold Case.
Plus, all new episodes of Australia's leading drama and the Footy Show Grand Final.
A guaranteed hit every Sunday night, including the 2 biggest premieres of the year. Over 3 big months, the best gets better than ever. Look out for your 90 nights on 9.
Call Jim Mowing on 131 546 and we'll not only mow your lawn, we'll also clean up your yard. Call your local Jim for more than just mowing.
5AA Breakfast.
Tune your mind.
The P76, one of the great turkeys of our time.
Why was it a turkey?
We didn't buy it. As a result, it's now a collector's item.
Yeah, that's right.
Weekday mornings from 6. $13.95. Adelaide's 5AA.
Cody Ed and Neil here. Love competing in the Global Star Australian Rally Championship. They drive Subarus, Mitsubishis and Toyotas. They all have a need for the new Global Star dual mode CDMA and satellite phone, providing 100% mobile coverage everywhere. Global Star enables them to report car performance and allows service crews, organisers and spectators to stay in touch. With CDMA calls from 25 cents for 30 seconds and satellite calls from 43 cents for 30 seconds, Global Star, proudly keeping rally mobile.
People come in all shapes and sizes with different aches and pains. At the Posture Care Chair Company, we understand this. And that's why every one of our chairs are specifically tailor-made to your exact body requirements. So that you receive a chair so comfortable, we will give you a 100% comfort guarantee. So don't settle for an average fitting chair. Have your chair tailor-made at the Posture Care Chair Company. Call now. I guarantee you 100% comfort. The Posture Care Chair Company, Fullerton Road, Norwood.
Introducing Subway's new carb-conscious wraps, like the savoury chicken bacon ranch wrap and the turkey and bacon melt wrap, packed with all the delicious taste you'd expect from Subway. But with 11 net carbs or less, they'll help you satisfy your low-carb goals. As for your other goals, like avoiding your in-laws indefinitely, well, there you're on your own. The new carb-conscious wraps from Subway.
Standing there totally naked.
Five sugars, thanks.
With binoculars.
It's not like she'd see anything.
Cougar. Never happen till you tell your mates.
Welcome back to Sunday football. Toss of the coin. Wayne Campbell wins it and will kick with his Richmond side to the right-hand side of screen. And a good afternoon to the legend, Dennis Cometti.
Steady, Jim. I'm looking around the room. How are you this afternoon?
Very well, sir.
Tigers going with the breeze going down towards that end of the ground and going for 12 straight losses. Terry Wallace just dropped the remote. Not a record you want.
Let's go down to the boundary line now. And there he is in the sunnies, James Brayshaw.
Carnival atmosphere, Doom. Conditions could not be better for football. Ben Rutten's going to start on Matthew Richardson, so his tough apprenticeship continues. Tony Modra out here, Dermot, giving away a car by kicking 3 out of 4 goals. Dermot, that's how a former footballer should look.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, James. Yeah, you're right about the carnival atmosphere. We've got you down on the boundary line. All the clowns are in town.
Sunday afternoon, and we're underway. Head, Hendry and Nichols, the umpires. Two struggling teams on a glorious day. Rucks go at it. One wide of the pack by the Tigers initially. Rashido hand passes down towards half forward. Bowden, though, slips a hand pass away. This is Hartigan running from half back, goes towards half forward. Hall in front, reaching over the top, John Cock. Rashido again, get another hand pass. Clark. Around Hall, Stengline, unchecked on the wing, goes towards half forward. Awkward one, Henschel, a half volley. Coming through is Jackson, claimed. Stengline, the loose ball. McLeod, options are on, eventually goes. Duddy, across to Edwards, 55 metres out, long to full forward. The mark is claimed down there by Biglands.
It was over the shoulder as well. He marked it and he was infringed against. How far are we into this game right now? What, 40 seconds? We're 40 seconds in, and there is danger signs for a quick 3 or 4 to go on the board here for Adelaide, which has basically been their weekly score over the last 6 or 7 weeks.
I saw Gaspar go flying. I thought it was his kick. Biglands does a Richard. That's unfair. Misses from 15 metres out.
See, there were 3 men running everywhere in the middle of the ground, and it wasn't as if the ball got turned over quickly in the back line.
He just lives across the lake too, and he nearly put it in his own backyard. Red Biglands. Amazing stuff. Zantuck kicks in from fullback. High ball. Jackson got the ball knocked down. Hartigan was thinking it was going to come out in his direction, but it was caught in the pack. And a free kick will go to Bowden here for holding it in. So that was a little bit harsh. Nathan Brown about to get caught. Handball out to Hall. He does get caught. Ball comes up. Edwards got the handball wide to Goodwin. Slips it to McLeod. Good movement this to Crows. High kick. Biglands the target again. One hand on it. Not the second. Welsh went for the mid-air soccer. Ball thumped towards the boundary line. Chaffey might be content to see this out. Keeps it alive, and the Tigers finally get out of trouble.
High ball towards half-back. Burton will get a free kick. Advantage is paid to Edwards. Centering kick, Matner. He's 60 metres out from goal. Nobody really stood the mark. Terrible kick wanders towards the pocket, though. Off Jackson's hands and across the line. So a boundary throw-in. Crows lead it by a point. Should have been a goal. Biglands from 10 metres out. Missing to the right by quite a margin. Bright sunny day. Virtually cloudless. Not a bad crowd. Biglands hooks it down behind. Intended for McLeod. Brown carries a kick towards the boundary line and misses. Just across. Rashido to bring it back in. He's been busy. 60 metres out to the kickoff line. In from the side, Clark almost. Jackson could have been taken high. Now he's claimed. Welsh aggressively takes him down. Bulldogged him, as they say.
2.5 minutes in, and they're under pressure here, the Tigers. They've just got to hold through this pressure period.
Could be used to it. Opportunity for Zantuck. In trouble. McLeod, 15 metres out, snaps. And that's wayward as well. Out of bounds on the full.
Just illustrating the pressure they're under. What are we? 3 minutes into the game. Possessions 7-17.
Short to Gasper. He goes toward the wing. Unable to take the mark, Cracker, and will get a ball in. Clark and Hall head-to-head in the ruck. Matthew Clark actually started his career at the Tigers in the under-19s before being drafted by the Lions, and now back home at the Crows. Knocks it down. Stingline was half held by Campbell, and he'll get the free kick just forward of the wing. Rashudo. Pass inside 50. The umpire's found something in the meantime.
Yeah, Clark's attempted Shepherd was deemed to hold.
So the free kick will go back to Hall at half back.
Looks towards the middle. Nothing on. Weller offers down the ground. This one is centred. Off hands, Cracker. Read it brilliantly. Quickly inside the forward 50. Bassett in front. Got boot to ball. Hyde overran it. Goes back after it. Inside the 50 still. Well done, Campbell. Away to Moore. Runs in. And I think he's got it. He has. First goal of the afternoon to the Tigers.
Fact: the 4-cylinder Toyota Camry is Australia's biggest selling medium sedan. Fact: the V6 Camry has lower running costs than any other large 6-cylinder sedan. Fact: new Camry models are on the way, and Toyota dealers are running out current Camry models from 27,488 drive away. Toyota's All Out August. Genuine savings. Fact.
Just his third game, Kelvin Moore, fourth goal of his career. Not a name that football followers associate with goal kicking, Kelvin Moore, but maybe we will in a year or two's time. Run the ball up.
If they end up calling him the king like we used to at Hawthorn, you'll know the boys made it.
We'll get a secondary ball up in the middle. I wonder if his parents knew. Ball to do the ruck work against Clark again. They miss each other with an attempted hip and shoulder before the ball up. Edwards got it out. Goodwin rides a hip and shoulder. Hardigan sends them inside 50 on the lead. Schultz. Good mark.
Been opposed to Nathan Bock. Bock's kicked a few goals this year. Would have thought Neil Craig might have tried to go with Bock in the forward line, just try and discover someone who's capable of kicking a few. But he's been used as a back man today on young Jay Schultz.
Another relatively young player in this Tiger outfit. Second season on the list, 19th game. Big 7 goals for this year. No angle to contend with. And to the golf course end with a slight zephyr blowing his way. Tigers get their second.
Hey, fellas.
New boots.
Yeah.
Mate, they're shockers. Nice work, Bert.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know what work was. Mum sick of tying your laces, was she? Genuine vinyl? Nice. Don't get him dirty.
Been paid out lately?
Keno, easy pick, thanks, mate.
Keno. Win it by the minute.
Hey, Dino. Keno.
So, the Tigers lead it by 11 points. 2 straight goals. Moore and Schultz. Hall goes high. Beaten though by Clark. Chaffee left the ball behind. Down goes McLeod. Cracker emerges with it. Got boot to ball too. Well played towards half forward. Going back, Doughty. Good to see him back in trouble. The hand pass affected by the tackle. Eventually it comes to Moore. Rutten had it initially. Goes on and tackles Weller too high. So Weller will get the free kick inside 50. I'd venture to say he will kick from right on the 50. Former Brisbane Lion. Schultz offers a lead, but Weller fancies his chances.
190 centimetres Weller. And he's up against Brett Riley, who's playing against him at 182. So he's got a bit of a size on him. He's ever going to get a chance out in the half-forward line to play well. This is it, and that's a good kick.
Very good kick. straight goals to Richmond.
At Amy, we reward good drivers with lower premiums. That's why we're introducing Amy's new Flexi Premiums. Now, by varying your excess, you can save up to an amazing 50% off your comprehensive motor insurance. So why pay full premium when new Flexi Premiums let you choose the amount that suits you? So if you want to save up to 50%, get lucky. Call Amy.
Lucky you're with Amy.
17-point lead to the Tigers. And we've only played 9 minutes. Clark down. Oh, Roden spun out of the pack beautifully. Kicks long. Richo's on the move. Ball in front of him to his own advantage. Does pretty well. Can he keep it alive? No, according to the umpire. Just corralled by Ben Rutten, who is playing in defence after starting as a forward. His first 3 kicks in AFL football, Ben Rutten, were all goals.
And James Brayshaw, the bench down there, we had a significant player leave the ground for the Crows.
Simon Goodwin got banged in a tackle 5 minutes ago. Looks like he's done some midriff damage, Derm. We'll keep you posted.
McLeod to the ground's midriff. Edwards goes with a long high kick. Perry waits under it. Good hands.
Tell you what, unless they put a goal on the board, we'll have York's drift in the moment. Now that's what he can do well. And Joel Bowden's not small. He's about 188, 189, 6'2", 6'2 and a half. And Perry probably have a couple of inches on him and a seriously good pair of hands at marking the ball. But if there's an Achilles heel, that's what he's attempting to do right now.
Well, he's only kicked 1 goal this year, and he's pretty much a known goal kicker in some respects. That's a nice strike off the boot. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Crows get one back.
As you can see, business is booming. We're bursting at the seams. Let's look at some ways to deal with it.
There are different types of accountants. They may seem similar, but they're not the same. Chartered accountants are renowned for their rigorous training, so make sure the person advising your business is chartered.
There's a few systems we can bring in straight away. We can do that.
Chartered accountants. Employ our thinking.
Margin 11 points. Simon Goodwin on the bench after that. The concertina effect.
Friendly fire, Dennis.
Well, sort of. It was unfriendly behind the friendly. Back in the middle.
Fair fire.
Clark, very high. Rashudo could have been pushed in the back. Hall, dumped. Taken high was Burton. Fleming knows no other way. He was in there flailing. But Burton gets the free.
They hold it open. They're making a big U shape in the forward line, the Adelaide Crow forward, so they can lead straight up the middle.
Riley punches one inside the 50. Knocked away from Perry. Loose ball about 60 metres from goal. Stenglein taken down by Cracker. He's been lively, Cracker. And about 60 metres out from Adelaide's attacking goal. Bigland's missing from close in. And then 3 straight goals to the Tigers.
The Adelaide forwards don't know how to lead properly. They duck and weave. So you can understand Neil Craig trying to play Rashudo up there. He will lead at them.
Clark to McLeod. To full forward. Hasn't been touched. Doesn't matter. Bounced on its point. Through from behind.
And with that fact in mind, if Tyson Edwards, if Andrew McLeod, if Tyson Stenglein can win a stack of the ball, a lot of it, perhaps they are best off playing Rashudo up there because he will lead at a dominant midfield carrying the ball.
Perry all but marked. Yes, he did mark the kick in from Zantuck. Held it long enough according to the umpire. Too far out to score. Tigers now flooding players back into the holes.
They're almost novice status from here.
Just pops it to the pocket, hoping for Biglands, who flies. Almost got second hands to it. Zantuck heard his way through traffic. Fleming, chip kick, danger here, but making the ground and taking the mark is Weller at half back for the Tigers.
Did well. To Zantuck. Kicks for space. Richo let it bounce. He's on the wing. Confronted by Rutten. Hand passes to a man under pressure. Fleming just got away one. Well, not the second though. Across it comes to Campbell. Back to Richardson. He's got a thing about Fleming, determined to give him the football. He's on the wing.
And with that little play, it's given the Crows a big chance to put numbers back behind the ball now.
Barely 15. Campbell's got it. Hicks towards the attacking 50. Richardson's run hard to get down there for the next contest and takes the mark right on the 50. You'd say this is beyond him, but you never know. Centering kick, dropping in short. Bassett knocked it in front, was pushed in the back, and I think he'll get the free kick.
Nathan Bassett being assigned to Kelvin Moore.
Over the top. They'll run it out. Well, no, they don't. Brock forced to kick, but Johncock can run. Around the other side he goes. A couple of bounces in the bright sunshine. To the wing. Terrible kick, though. Bounces obligingly for Jackson. Henschel did well. Knocked it back. Perry stood up in the tackle. Bowden. Normally good hands. Campbell falling to the ground. And they bring it away. Hartigan's kick wasn't Fleming. It was Fleming to midfield. Cracker. Now Brown. Short one, ill-directed, will shoot out.
They can reload Adelaide. Rutten to Burton. As the bounce looks up, doesn't want to kick it long yet. Now the shortish left foot pass is pretty good. Finally the ball came up, but the umpire said that Matlin was in friends and he'll get a free kick. No, he gave it away, Matlin.
Throw, I think he said.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he was pretty well closer than us.
That's a full brother to the throw.
Yeah. I thought he was hard done by initially. I'm glad I didn't go with it. Zantuck to Jackson. Daniel Jackson elected to play with his school, Carey Grammar, rather than the Richmond seniors a few weeks ago. Finishing the season with his mates there. Tivendale. Chips it wide. High. Chips it wide as well, hoping for it. Finding Matthew Richardson.
He's playing legitimately at centre-half forward today. Bigger ground. Got to get someone who wins the ball.
It's the play on call. High kick, standing under it, Clark. He took on all comers, including having pretty harsh shoots. And he might get 50 for his trouble.
He will. Schultz pleading his case, I know nothing, but obviously he came across the mark there.
A couple of interesting matchups through the midfield as well. McLeod and Nathan Brown. So you've got a bit of a skill fest there. I don't think they'll play all that close to each other. And a big mark of respect for young David Rodney. Gets Stenglein.
Good kick by Clark. Good running by Bowden. Knocked it to the ground. Away to Tivendale. Tivendale out of defence. Schultz is pushing up. Coming back is Johncock. Well, third man in the queue. Bounced obligingly for Riley. Goes short. This is McLeod. 55 metres out. Sets it towards the kick-off line from behind. Weller did well. Knocked it down. Bowden once more enjoying a wonderful season, as Dwayne said earlier. Hand passes to Zantuck. Beyond the 50. To the wing. Cracker unchecked. Can take it and go. Short. Campbell. Back to Cracker. Where's Richardson? At the moment, nowhere to be seen. Campbell's got it. Richardson now too short. He pushed up the ground. Well, there's a better option than that. Clark's got it to Bassett. Bassett out of defence. Riley on the outer side. Players finding space everywhere. And Riley now is running a couple of bounces. Goes up towards the wing. Penetrating kick to half forward. Bowden once more. Terrifically played. It was very good for the last 5 minutes there, Bowden, creating and defending.
Goodwin, Hudson, Stevens and Jericho. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah, right. Just going to ask James, any word on Simon Goodwin down on the bench?
Walked the lines just a minute ago, Derm, so he looks okay. Had the doctor with him, but no real concern. Now he's, in fact, just heading down the race, so they might just have one last look at him.
Clark and Hall did the ruck work arm in arm as if they were dancing. Burton's kick grabbed and smothered at the same time by Bowden. Kick to the wing, off hands, Hall. Campbell. This time he finds a target with the kick, it's Cracker. And he's away. Lead comes, short, Richardson. Provided the short option, now he's got to find the long one. It's Schultz, pops it up in the air, high ball, and he's taken it. Jay Schultz.
Interesting attempt at a spoil, like a man trapped in a car with a bee. Have a look at this.
He didn't get the B though.
No.
He hit the pole.
The fist missed it by a fair way too.
It did. Those bees are small.
So Schultz lines up to extend this Richmond lead. They've had a good opening turn, the Tigers. They lead by 16 points.
At Radio Rentals, you can pick up what you want and pay no interest until 2008. That's a huge 4 years interest-free on widescreen plasma and LCD TVs. Jump in for a massive 4 years interest-free on lounges. Land a brand new bed and pay no interest until 2008 and get 4 years interest-free on computers. Time's running out to get a record-breaking 4 years interest-free at SA's biggest electrical retailer. Now that's big.
Very accurate. 4 straight to 1-2. Just over 6 minutes till quarter time. Neither ruckman touched the footy. Fell to Shirley. Hurried kick. High one towards half forward. Perry stood his ground. Welsh left it behind. Bowden once more. Playing a crack at. Here's Roden. Across it comes to Brown. Wants to get away. Trying to align himself on that left foot. Eventually it comes from Hall to Campbell. Clever kick. And Weller's got it 40 metres out. They're inspired this afternoon.
Oh, I tell you what, 3 Richmond players, Nathan Brown being one of them, Roden the other. They ran forward of the ball there when it was still up for grabs, and it was a 3-on-1. They deserved to get a shot on at the goals because they just had so many numbers down there, but they rolled the dice, 3 of them.
Luke Weller, he's already kicked 1. 45 metres out, tugs it left. Behind. First blemish, margin 17.
We see the teams quite often win after a new coach is announced. Richmond have a new coach, even though they haven't got a new coach. If you're following the storyline, you'll know what we mean. Terry Wallace will coach them next year, sitting back, watching this on the telly at home. Dowdy.
Oh, flat.
Yep, cracker.
Coming up for his 8th possession.
Too far out to score. It's the call from Chaffey, hits him. Chaffey too far out to score. He gets the call wider from Tivendale, hits him. He too far out to score. In fact, he's further out than everybody else was. Pops it up, then Blumfield gets there in time. Started on the bench, Justin Blumfield.
They have totally turned it around here, the Tigers. They are dishevelled now, the Adelaide Crows. They're confused whether they want to guard the spot inside 50 or go to the man. It was pretty easy to tie up on the left foot, as you saw Greg Tivendale, but they still were able to just chip kick over the top after an eternity and find a man in space.
Only kicked 1 goal this year, lines it up. Has he got the range? He likes it. Every Tiger likes it.
Hold on! Hold on!
The Primus One plan is making life more simple for everybody because it means you'll never pay for local calls. You'll enjoy frustration-free internet and your line rental is included. All this for one simple fee of $55 per month with dial-up internet. And now you can supersize to Primus One with broadband for just $15 extra per month. That's Primus One. Go on, change. Call now.
Crowd getting a little restless here. Richmond 5-1, Adelaide 1-2. Clark, as he normally does, won it again. Brown, almost in the wrong direction. Off hands for a shootout to Edwards. Stengline back to Rashudo, to half forward, stretching. Henschel takes the mark about 45 metres out. Now, they need a goal here. Henschel back in the side this afternoon.
James Brayshaw, what's the breeze like down there?
Well, that end is protected by the big new Amy stand, so he won't have any problems. But it's actually blowing straight down the ground to the right of screen, which is rare.
So one end has no wind advantage and the other does?
Absolutely. Well, this pocket where this young man is kicking from, Dermot, has no wind advantage because of the 2-tiered stand to his left.
Oh, I understand what you mean.
Well done, James. Henschel. Inside the 50. Good kick. Sheltered by the stand. Punches it through.
Do you think it's ready?
Let's find out.
It's Holden's most powerful V6 ever. The all-new 175 and 190 kilowatt Alloytech V6. With its high-performance alloy construction, whoa, there's no holding back.
It's ready.
Sun shining here at the moment at Amy Stadium, and we're pretty happy they got that one. Hitchell being rewarded with a spell on the bench after that late goal. And the ball up, Rashudo, the takeaway in Edwards' direction. It's a bit of protection too. McLeod on the wing, chips it over the top. Perry.
Jericho's ahead of him. Let himself out of position. He's left space though for the new bloke to lead up the ground.
Welsh was the new bloke. He was half held and he gets the free kick.
I'm not meaning the new bloke as you play. I mean the new bloke into the situation, yeah.
Welsh, out of all the 22 players in this lineup, the highest goal kicker for the year of the Crows.
30?
Yep, 30 goals, 20.
I would think the new stand will help him here, Dwayne.
Do you think?
I think so.
What makes you...
I just had a couple of great minds tossing it around.
It might travel a bit left to right, which would dispel that there's no breeze.
Starts it right, leaves it right. He might be all right. They're flying. No one can bring the mark down. Fleming goes at it hard. Gives it to Gasper. Chip kick, Roden, whose father represented Fiji in the 100 metres at Atlanta Olympics a few years back. So he has some speed in the family. Goes to Cracker. Here to Blumfield. Here to Zantuck. Good movement. Now Hardigan. The leads come. Schultz. Oh, it didn't even go anywhere near him. Bassett mops it up, and the Crows have 3 men on the rebound.
Riley. Rashudo. Running from half-back. Has had the one bounce. Kicks down towards half-forward. Burton. Just in from the boundary.
Well done, Jericho. Just kept his man away from the uncontested mark for Burton. Now, this is the breakdown, because someone like Big Lynch doesn't know how to really lead, doesn't know where to lead.
Doughty to McLeod. They've gone around the perimeter. And on the opposite side of the ground, they found Perry. They worked for that one.
Come on, James, give us your synopsis on the situation. He's shut up, James Brayshaw.
Absolute contempt for you.
Yes, he's given us nothing. It's par for the course.
Normally a hook foot. Here's Perry. He's got one this afternoon, but this is not an easy kick for him. He moves inside the 50.
Good kick.
Beautiful kick.
Felt it.
Through it goes. His second.
Did you know you can rent just about anything at Radio Rentals? TV's right, you know. It makes sense to rent. Check this stuff out. You want it, you can rent it today and keep your cash. There's no deposit, no application fees. They fix any problems. And you can upgrade to the latest and greatest so you're never stuck with yesterday's gear. Want it now? Rent it at Radio Rentals, SA's biggest electrical retailer. Now that's big. Hey, that's my line.
1 minute left on the clock. 11-point lead to the Tigers. Out of the middle, Hudson. Bouncing ball. Hardigan had it stolen from him well. Ball comes to Edwards. Loops it over the top. Jericho. Now Burton. Corralled well by Tivendale. Swings it inside. 50. Welsh, big leap. Can't bring the mark down. Good tackle late on Shirley. Dispossessed. Zantuck. Gives it over the top. They will get out of this. Fleming.
Well done, Tigers.
Hoping for Marsh. Ex-Crow marks it at half-back.
Yeah, they did well there, Richmond, under real pressure, real presence and threat close to goal.
Down to 30 seconds now. Fleming comes away from half-back. That'll chip up towards the wing. Campbell will get a free kick interfered with by Doughty.
That's twice in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Richmond, once through Hardigan, then through Fleming, have decided to kick short, honour a lead that was a low percentage to receive.
Tivendale to Hardigan, has to stop. The clock their enemy now. Back to Fleming. I think the siren will beat them. Flemings lost the footy. Stenglone goes after it. It's quarter time at AAMI Stadium. And the Tigers 5-1-31. Lead Adelaide 3-2-20. Seesawing affair. Richmond banging on 3 goals early after Bigland's had that early miss. And then Adelaide steadying and working into this slight breeze. Have almost pulled back on terms. Tigers by 11, quarter time, Sunday football.
This news break is brought to you by the bank that helps South Australian businesses do business overseas.
Good afternoon. Major crime detectives are investigating the murder of a Port Lincoln man. He was found in his house early this morning. His alleged killer has been arrested. Officials are assessing a spate of fires across Adelaide overnight. Several homes, a school classroom and a city nightclub all went up in flames, causing a combined damage bill of over $400,000. And Aussies in Athens are in party mode today as Thorpe and Hackett grab the 400-metre quinella.
This afternoon on Postcards, a giant of the Adelaide Hills, well and truly back in business. Vix catches up with GGs of a different kind for the Balaclava Cup, and I'm in Waikerie, gateway to the Riverland. See you this afternoon, 5:30 on Postcards.
Nice guys can finish first. For Mel Gibson, revenge is explosive. Payback, 8:30 tonight on 9.
Is your dandruff on full blast? Turning people off? Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Created with pyrithium zinc. It blows dandruff flakes away. It's proven. Garnier Fructis makes hair up to 5 times stronger and so much shinier. So effective, not a trace of a flake. Kiss those flakes goodbye. Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Give your hair the strength to shine.
First I take a soft tortilla, then I lay down the Swiss cheese, tomato, olives. If you want, I can make you a carb-conscious turkey and bacon, turkey and ham, or a chicken and bacon ranch wrap. Come on in, I'll wrap one up for you. I'm Hayley Vink, Subway wrap artist.
Call Jim Mowing on 131 546 and we'll not only mow your lawn, we'll also clean up your yard. Call your local Jim for more than just mowing.
We've got the Sons family over for a bite. Nothing flash? I'm going to make it special with some roast potatoes. Roast potatoes?
Oh, lovely, thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Birdseye. Don't tell your mum. Never been easier.
Okay, kids.
Granddad's eat this on the floor.
Birdseye oven roast potatoes. Now in 2 tasty new flavours.
For a short time, get new 3.5-litre Magna V6 with Sports Mode Auto, climate control, cruise control, power windows, 6-speaker CD and front and side airbags for just $27,990. At this price, everyone should have a new car. New Magna ES, just $27,990.
Monday. This guy really knows how to rock your world.
Charlie, what are you doing?
Smoke on the water?
All new 2.5 Men following Friends, 8 o'clock Monday on 9.
Channel 9 for season 2004, key corporate partners with the Adelaide Football Club.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by Toyota, Primus Telecom, and Chartered Accountants.
Come on, come on, come on, give us something for the pain. Give us something for the blues. Give us something for the pain when I feel I'm banging on a hangman's noose. Give us something for the rain. Give us something I can use. To give it through the night and make it feel alright. Something like you. Give us something for the pain.
Here's something for the pain of 11 straight losses in a row for Richmond supporters. The Tigers 5-1-31 hold an 11-point lead over the Adelaide Crows. 3-2-20 Perry, the multiple for the Crows, and Jay Schultz has a couple there for the Tigers. Let's have a look at some of the going. Oh, let's go down to James Brayshaw first.
Yes, got one of the former North Melbourne superstars with me, Darren Crocker. Now, Croc, good start for your boys?
Yeah, no, it was a good start, James. You want to get out to a bit of a flyer on interstate trips, so the boys came out of the blocks pretty well.
And the half of the ground you're responsible for, the forward half, getting the job done?
Yeah, no, look, the movement's been really good. We've had a number of options up there, 4 goal kickers out of the 5 goals so far, so which is encouraging. Doesn't mean we're too predictable going forward.
Richo up the ground a little. Is he going to stay up there?
He will, predominantly, but he hasn't had that workload much this year, so we'll push him deep at stages to give him a bit of a breather and then send him back up.
This sun's no good for your bald head, mate. Get back. While we stay out here, Simon Goodwin has damage to his ribs, but he'll be okay. The medical staff at Adelaide assure us that he should be fine. In fact, he's going to start on the ground this second term.
Thank you, JB. Inside 50s, 14-10 in favour of Adelaide. Possessions, 14 more to Richmond. But that's because the reason they've go winless is they kick the ball very, very short. They've had 26 short kicks to Adelaide 7. Sometimes with their short kicks, they honour leads that are covered pretty well. So we'll learn to kick the ball longer on occasion.
Tigers by 11 points to start this second term. Big knock, Clark. Got it to the injured man, Goodwin. Looked okay. Roden, handball into the pack, but Jackson can't break free. We'll get another ball up. "31 plays 20. Bright sunshine here. Good afternoon for football at Amy Stadium, and Clark dumps that all the way to Perry. He was caught as he collected. Bowden chucks him to the turf, and we'll get yet another ball up. So really no possessions, but the Crows have got the takeaway. I don't know who they'll put it down to. Probably Clark with that big knockdown as Goodwin gets it out. Edwards inside 50. Danger here for the Tigers. Bigland's caught. Perry, Welsh looks for a pass option, goes high, goes for the goal himself, and it's across the face ever so slightly, only a behind.
Dangerous like that, Scotty Welsh. As the size opponent that he normally attracts is incapable of going with his mobility. He's very quick on the turn and good at kicking goals around the corner, and he does turn his opponent inside Adelaide.
Margin 10 points. Tivendale, very short, hide. Had to go down and find it. Played every game this season. Very good last week. Bowden. Out against the boundary line, Joel Bowden. Short of the wing, well-weighted kick. Jackson. Working it out by degrees at the moment. Jackson goes back towards the middle. That's dangerous. Henschel should have marked it, dropped it. Did well though. Good recovery. From 51 metres out, it floats down towards the pocket. It's way offline, out of bounds on the full.
Now, from that kick in, it was 4 short passes in a row, and the ball was intercepted inside defensive 50. That's the 5th kick in a row that's a short pass. Let's see how they go.
Zantuck got it from Bowden, goes long, hoping for Fleming. Good grab, just inside the line.
Now, the first thing he does is look to honour a lead of a short pass. Now would he be going through his mind, nothing's on presenting itself. I want to go short, so I'm going to have to drive down the line now as a last resort.
High drive, Burton flies, missed the ball completely. Perry loops the ball back to Rashudo. Good man to go to when you want to get something started. Riley to Edwards, shortish pass, looking for Welsh. He's got it.
This is the downhill kick, James Brayshaw. There's breeze going that way.
Downhill and down breeze. Right behind him, Dermot. This ball should not bend one bit.
Just get it out of the middle of the one wood and she'll keep running.
Exactly right.
Pretty hard to hit the one wood straight. You either need to put a bit of fade or draw on it.
Not when you dribble them 20 metres in the air.
Let's see what he does here. He's kicking to the golf course end. Starts at left and they can't get it to fade back. It is a behind.
Drop that one into the rough.
They edge closer. Margin 9 points. Tivendale. back in the square.
Also, just on our count, the Tigers have had one long kick out of the last 9, which includes the kick in. He'll probably look for Fleming here.
Very congested inside the 50. Hall is the target. Burton content to punch it away. Fleming camped in front. Bowden hurriedly. All Crows. It's coming back. Stenglein looks towards the middle. Finesses from 65 metres out. Burton works in front of the pack. Zantuck showed the judgment. Hartigan breaks away. Terrible kick though. Chaffee. Good pick up. Goes back to Hartigan. In trouble. The youngster played it well. Kept his head. Chips inside the centre square. Weller, who's been lively, goes down towards half-forward and Richo, hanging in the air. Bock able to knock it away. Close to the line. Weller left it behind. Now they've got a problem. Riley breaks away forward of the wing. Kicks inside the 50. Bowden again. Body to body with Perry. Content to punch it out.
Gee, young Brett Hartigan, he really has struggled to kick the ball well today. McLeod and Fleming. Stenglein and Chaffee. Stenglein's got about 3 opponents. When Roden goes onto the ball, he picks him up. Campbell and Chaffee.
Hall beat Biglands to the knock, and McLeod gathered the crumb. Gave to Goodwin. High. Henschel. Almost the one-hander. Jackson thought about rushing it behind. Goes to Bowden, who's the quarterback stylist from half-back. Zantuck. Now Roden. There's Uncle John's speed. Through the midfield nicely with a bounce. Handball wasn't so good. Clark. Stenglein gets the kick away inside 50. Perry was on his own. Perry sees him. Goodwin waits, and it eventually came down.
Now, as you called it, there was Uncle John's speed from David Roden. He was trying to break them up, but there were forwards offering leads at the other end out of the goal square. Jay Schultz gave a great lead. You can just see him backpedaling now. And that was probably Uncle John's understanding of the game at that stage, too.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what Uncle John was like with the handball.
Good on him for having a go at trying to break them up. But break up one, get through the first one, and then you're in space to deliver to a good and well-timed lead.
Goodwin, he'd only kicked 2 goals coming into today. He's got another one, and the Crows are coming.
Fact, new Camry models are on the way, and Toyota dealers are running out current Camry 2.4 from just $27,488 drive away. Toyota's All Out August. Genuine savings. Fact.
Save your mouth for Mentos, the fresh maker.
Crows dominating at the moment. Still, they trail by 3. And that breeze may have freshened just a bit. Not a good bounce. Missed by Hall. Stolen by Clark. Brilliantly done. Rashudo being very good with his hands. Trying to lay it off to Edwards, who's on the ground. Trying to get back to Rashudo. Covers the football to John Cock.
Oh, good evasion.
Is it right half back to Burton? Goes up towards the wing. Well, nobody there for the Crows. Chaffee onto the loose ball. Sweeping handball across the ground. Hartigan. That's better. Weller inside the centre square. Goes for distance. Dropping back is Bassett. Schultz gets to the contest. That was good enough. Bock roves the pack though. Kicks it out towards half back. Coming up the ground was Weller. Strong tackle by John Cock, got him down. Now a chance for Brown. Stenglein took him down. Campbell gets a hand pass to Fleming. Runs inside the 50. I think it's good. It is. Tim Fleming.
I know a bit about footy, but when I need a mobile phone, I go to Crazy John's for the best Telstra deals.
Get the latest Nokia 7610 with built-in megapixel camera that records up to 10 minutes of video, and we'll give you a Nokia Bluetooth car kit absolutely free. Only from Crazy John's and only while stocks last. Call 13 22 99 for your nearest location. We'll beat any deal. That's why Crazy John's are the National Dealer of the Year award winner.
The best deals are crazy deals.
There's the bump. But he took Stenglein with him. He waited for Stenglein, got the handball off, and that meant that the free man was created.
Wayne Campbell has sneaked out onto a half-forward flank, totally by himself, left-hand side of screen.
But they need the takeaway and they don't get it. Burton hacked it off the deck. Roden caught. And the passes play on. Fleming got it out of there. To Chaffee. Around the body. They're inspired again, the Tigers. Bouncing ball. Difficult for Weller to gather. Tried to keep it alive, but kept it to Riley. Doughty. John Cock. And the loose man at half-back is Stenglein to make a reload. The Adelaide Crows.
Short one. Pushing up the ground is Bock. Bassett. He's on the wing now. Perry. Back to Bassett. On the overlap. Kicks inside the forward 50. Outnumbered down there was Hudson. Knocked away by Jackson. Roving the pack is Goodwin. Already one goal in this term, but this one's very wide.
See, there was a tap down to Simon Goodwin from an Adelaide Crow player. Might have even been Scotty Wells. Won't go down as a possession. Oh, it's kept it into the Adelaide Crows.
Chippendale in trouble. Back to Brown. Through his legs. It's going to be a free kick, though. A throw against Chippendale to be taken by Burton.
Didn't get a fist on it. It was a top tackle, though. And as I said, Adelaide have become the 16th team in the competition for tackles. So those types of pressure tackles have been few and far between. This will swing left to right. If he gives it a fair bit of air, JB, give us a call on it, mate.
No chance, Dermot. This is the Tony Hall pocket, as you know. I reckon there have been 3 goals kicked to this ground from this pocket in the history of the place.
Oh, and JB could name them too, so don't press him.
He'll have a shot, though. He wants to make out, he wants to pass off.
Burton right on the line. Still only 3 out of bounds on the full.
But see how it bent left to right? He just had to give it a chance.
Okay, you were both right.
No, I wasn't. I was wrong. And Mungle down there was
There's
right.
the throw.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
did try to throw. Meanwhile, Bowden in the back pocket, short. Hall runs to centre half back. Not a bad kick. Cracker.
Every Tiger player, every lead is running away from him.
Goes to Hardigan. There goes Hart. Then goes Hart again. Wraps him up in a tackle, but it's too high. Against Hardigan. Free kick.
You cannot have every player calling to receive running away from the kicker. You must mix it up.
John Cock got around Hardigan again. Chips it wide. Perry marks it on the wing. Edwards.
Good lead.
Spearing pass toward Welsh.
Good
Strong
lead.
hands.
Good lead. Now that is what the Tigers... When he gathered the ball, he was true centre wing. Right, there he is. That's, what 5-10 metres forward. He handballs backwards. Centre wing, runs forward. One kick, one direct low 50-metre pass, and he has a shot at the goals.
Lines them up. Big kick this to give the Adelaide Crows a chance of stealing the lead come half-time. Good goal.
You've done a bit of modelling then?
It's your missus. She wants you to get some milk on the way home.
But I'm not married. Honestly.
Been paid out lately. With a Keno jackpot easy pick, you could win over $1 million. Call Jim's Mowing on 131 546 and we'll not only mow your lawn, we'll also do your pruning. Call your local Jim for more than just mowing.
Scott Welch, 31 goals for the season now. 11 minutes out from half-time. Tight game of footy. Biglands knocks it down. Stenglein couldn't control it. Chippendale stood up nicely. Got it to Fleming. Back to Chaffee. Bad fumble, Chaffee over the top. Fleming. Chaffee made amends, looking for Brown. He's still got a problem. Taken down strongly by Goodwin. Could have been high. No free kick. Ball up.
Gone out of the game, Nathan Brown. 5 possessions first quarter, 1 in this second. There's the Adelaide bench. Shirley, Clark, Jericho back on the pine, and Stevens yet to have a dig at it.
Tigers by 3 points then. Bounced it right half forward for the Crows. Rashudo knocked over by Cracker. Hyde feeds it out to Brown. Weaving. Hard against the boundary line. Goes looking for Richardson. Full-chested. Missed the chest though. Took it in the tummy.
How good's that kick?
Richard told to play on. Well, he splits the difference between a couple of teammates. Leaving it behind Cracker. That was enough. McLeod. Now Goodwin. Interesting kick too. Hall. Well, McLeod knew what he was doing with the invisible spin on it. Burton goes out wide towards left half forward, taken by Edwards. Perry wants it. Perry is by himself on the boundary line, but Edwards, oblivious to that, centres the football. Stengline has marked 40 metres out directly in front. Tyson Stengline.
2 errors from Andy Cracker there. And he's just walking over there, hands on the back of his head. One was the one-handed marking attempt. Second was he had all the time in the world to press back with Tyson Stengline.
Stengline, 5 goals for the season in 5 separate games, but 3 of those have come in the last 4 weeks.
He's a good player, this kid.
Terrific play. Tough. According to JB, this is as straight as an arrow, this kick.
3 wood.
And he comes. Beautiful. Hit the sweet spot. Adelaide lead.
The kids had their heart set on that house. They just couldn't borrow enough. So we thought we'd help out with Homestart's Family Assist. We were happy to do it because we didn't have to be a guarantor for their mortgage. Call them and see if it suits you. I mean, what's family for?
Homestart. That's smart.
First goal of the afternoon for Stengline, who, as we said, is a good player. Captained Western Australia at under 16 and under 18 national championship level. His 6th season, and he's put the Crows in front. From the ball up, can they get the takeaway? They might eventually. Timmondale, caught a little high. Allowed to play on to advantage. Spearing pass, hoping for Richardson. And he's got it. He might take the lead back in an instant.
Now the adventure begins.
56 goals, 44, Matthew Richardson this year.
Oh, so he's on the ton.
Well, he's had over 100 shots that have scored. He's had over 115 shots in total. So there's been a few that hasn't scored. He's actually had more shots than Matthew Lloyd, who leads the race for the Coleman medal. Massive kick to give his Tigers back the lead. And it's another behind.
Now, one thing, that view we had right then, at some stage we're going to replay that because the post in view, you get a look at the way he runs at goals. It gives you like a margin, a borderline to watch his approach. He ran outside the goals target then.
McLeod, awkward kick towards the wing. Richo came back, chance for Brown. Good effort by Hartigan. Short one is on. Awkward for Campbell. Stengline. Bigland's under pressure. Affected the kick. Perry though, 60 metres out, got traction. Runs to the 50, lines up, bombs away, and gets the goal. His bird.
We need to grow. I'm just not sure how to go about it.
All right, well, let's have a look at the options.
Do you have the most rigorously trained accountant guiding your business? No one is better qualified than a chartered accountant to take your business in the right direction.
How big do you want this to be?
How big?
Yeah.
Chartered accountants. Employ our thinking.
Third goal for the afternoon for Ian Perry, who spun on a 20-cent coin, lined them up and sent it home.
Feel for Joel Bowden then. He was trying to predict what his opponent was going to do, trying to guard teammates' opponents that were running down unchecked.
Bigland with the palm down, but Brown stole it. Go to Jackson. Does well. Stole the dummy, gets the pass away. Off hands Roden. Looks for a handball target. Goes with the kick. And he has missed as well. So the Tigers kicked the first 3 goals of the game. And really, it's been mostly Adelaide since then.
Danny Frawley looking on. Tough situation for him. Forgotten, but not gone. 7-4 plays 6-3.
Almost. The cause. Lovely music.
Here's Riley. Short one. Coming across the ground. Good one.
Well, what's happening?
Whoa. John Cock wants it short. Very animated. My Sharona. Godcock decides to play on. A couple of bounces in close proximity. Over the top to Rutten. Can go back to John Cock. And he takes on Moore. Back to Rutten. Kicks it towards half forward. Marsh in from the side. Should have punched. The mark was missed by Perry in any case. It came to McLeod. And he's nabbed and taken down.
Tyson Edwards has been running rampant in this second quarter. When the ball starts to be bounced at the centre square, Hartigan picks him up. Edwards then becomes the fifth midfielder. Now you see him on the bottom of the screen there. Then Nathan Brown tries to pick him up, but they don't press on him going the other way.
Well done, Marsh. Knocked it to the advantage of Brown. Richardson battles down there with Bock. Riley did brilliantly. Breaks away from half-back to Matner. Steps around Hartigan. Plays it off to Bock, who continues to run. Bock inside the 50. Hudson falling to the ground. Sliding in there, Edwards. Gathered by Fleming. And Fleming kicks it across the line on the bounce. Boundary throw in.
Cracker having a spell. Chappie Hall and Houlihan with him on the bench. We're into time on now, second term. 6 minutes plus a little bit of time on remaining. Free kick out of the middle of that contest, and Fiora takes it away with a kick towards the wing. Richardson. Now Weller, left foot kick towards half forward. Bouncing ball, bounced unkindly for Schultz. Kindly for Rutten. Edwards, Goodwin. And now they run. Jericho calls for it wide. In his direction, Hartigan with the fist down. Jericho now the shepherd. If Bassett can pick it up eventually, he does. Rolls it along the line. Now to bounce is a pretty good result. Nathan Bassett started with Norwood, Melbourne reserves, and then back at the Adelaide Crows, and now under Neil Craig, who has the job and have averaged 10 goals roughly a game since he's been coach.
Thrown in out of side. Stenglein ghosting in, knocked it down. Marsh, former Crow. Tivendale breaks away. Probing kick. Richo gathers on the bounce. Goes inside the centre square. Lays it off to Brown. 55 metres from goal. Turns the defence around, but not able to go back.
Notice Bock has gone to Richardson in this quarter just to try and stay with him aerobically, and Neil Craig opting for Rutten to go into the goal square. What's him playing out of the goal square?
Jericho, untidy kick. Stenglein in trouble. And that ball wedged between the two players out there. And we'll have a ball up as we go down to James Brayshaw.
Entirely sure, Dennis, that everything's okay with Wayne Campbell. Been having a running conversation with his medical team for the last 15 minutes, and now he's sitting down.
Thanks, JB. So a bounce on the outer side. Adelaide through Clark dominating. And now Bigland's doing the work. There's Wayne Campbell. Just a terrific day in Adelaide. Biglands battles with Marsh. Roden battles with John Cock. 2-18s. That's out of bounds.
Neil Craig on screen. They hadn't been divorced from Gary Ayres all that long before they decided to marry up with Neil Craig, the Adelaide Crows.
Trying to pinch a goal here, the Toads, if they can in the last few minutes. Another change down there, JB.
And Hall gets on the end of it and short passes nicely to Weller.
Just tried to listen into the conversation between Charlie Walsh and the player for Adelaide who's just about to come on, which is Robert Shirley, but I couldn't quite hear them.
Get a bit closer.
I'll go there next time.
If they try and manufacture something here for the last couple of minutes, off comes Jay Schultz and Cracker returns as a forward pocket.
Luke Weller has one, it'll stay at one.
Good distance.
Only behind. And it's a disappointing result with less than 4 minutes on the clock to half-time.
Is the Hartigan injury? No, he did it to himself. Pulled it back on his right knee.
That's going to do it, isn't it?
Yep. He's not small. Stenglein either.
No. Here's Edwards. What a wonderful player he's been over the trip. Short. Rutten, centre half back, goes for distance. Coming across on the angle, Bassett collided down there with Welsh. As a result, Bowden comes away. Bad kick. Roden, remembering the lessons Uncle John taught him, got it away to Bowden, runs to the 50, goes long, not a bad finish, just off to the left, to behind.
Even there with Roden, as good as he athletically is, he had a man outside to his right now, our left, and the handball was on there or just the knock-on. Lucky he had support down the inside, hard running from Joel Bowden.
Down here to Burton, who chips it wide. Made it tough for Perry, who actually marked it.
He's been good.
Millimetres from the turf. Where is Hardigan?
Watch his right knee, Hardigan. And now he decides to pull him over the top. You would think it's the right knee.
Perry, meanwhile, kicks it long and high to the wing. Everyone flies. Thingline stayed down. Got it towards Goodwin. And Jericho gets a little push in the back. And he'll take it on the wing. Started on the bench.
He needs a haircut, that boy.
You still doing postcards, Dermot?
Yes.
Jericho is the lowest town below sea level in the world. City of Palms is called. Well, how do you get a ging on postcards? Quarter half forward. Wrap up tackle on Burton by Gaspar will get a ball up. Just about 14 kilometres from Jerusalem is Jericho.
Don't think I'll be going there.
There's the bounce. McLeod. Still McLeod. Tracking it towards the pocket. Well done, running off the line of the football. Zantuck and Fleming combined, and now Fiora. One bounce to the 50. Tivendale, left half back, punches one long. Bassett in best position. Two gentlemen. Bock goes back, picks it up. Prosciutto, not tall enough. Well, was that time? Off the boot of Tivendale, it ricochets out of bounds.
You're definitely not returning to Jerusalem, Dermot? You're definitely not returning?
Boundary throw in on the wing.
Got to go through the Red Sea first, do you?
Perry. Bowden missed it.
Can't even part your hair.
Charging in was Burton. Brown comes away towards half-forward. Bassett comes up to meet it. Hurt himself. Well done by Weller. Showed courage going back to find it. Kicks to the pocket. And Richardson has taken the mark. Well, you could see Bassett brace himself there. He's the master of collisions and generally comes off second best.
He does, doesn't he?
He does.
Now, if he had had a bit of nastiness, he would have put the knee up and he would have put it into the rump of his opponent and wouldn't have hurt himself.
He's learned his role in life is to be hurt in those situations. He just knew what was coming. I think his insurance agent just watches matches with his head in his hands. Renzo back with Richo. It's like Shaq at the line. With daintier feet.
Post.
He's got it. He's got it, Richo. Scores favour Richmond by a point.
For superior quality technology, be sure it's Omega technology. Custom designed and assembled computer systems built from quality components like the Omega Technology Internet-Ready PC with a 2.4 gig processor, 256 meg RAM, LG 17-inch monitor, life's good, plus Microsoft Windows XP Home software, all from just $896 with a 2-year warranty Australia-wide. Ask your dealer about getting the full experience on your new PC. Omega Technology. Look for your authorized dealer where you see this sign.
For the man that Dennis said was like Shaq at the line, gets the goal that they desperately needed and his confidence desperately needed. Time for the hacker shack yet from the Crows, but Tigers back in front. Shadows at half-time. The great man McLeod loops it over to Edwards. Left foot kick at goal. And scores a level with 18 seconds left on the clock to the main break.
Tell you what, that was his 8th possession though, Tyson Edwards, in this second quarter. He has been running rampant on the young kid forward of the centre, and that is Hardigan.
Tivendale kicks it out wide. Awkward bounce. Favours the Crows. Burton wheels around. We're down to 5 seconds. This needs to be marked by Henschel, but he has. Thought about playing on, but advise him against it. There you go.
He's a show now. We saw it at the other end. He had a big hook foot the way he ran at the goals, but he got the job done. Now, he needs to aim at the far goal post, one would imagine, with this left to right breeze. But he's a hook foot, which means he'll run at the near point post. Work that all out.
I think James is right behind this one. James, can you talk us through it?
Well, he's not quite in the Tony Hall pocket, Dennis. He's eased his way just a little left, but you're right, if he starts it at the left main goal post, it should just drift into the centre. So he is a show.
Stay with the action, JB.
All right. All eyes on the man, of course, given that it's an Adelaide pro crowd. Here he goes. There's the hook foot Dermot. He's got the kick going. He's got it spinning beautifully. That is an amazing goal.
I'll be your straight man anytime, JB.
Your generosity is appreciated.
I thought it was no chance.
I thought he got a bit close to the man on the mark.
What a wonderful kick.
The torpedo comes good. It's been a while since we've seen one do that, Dennis.
Blind. That was terrific. Henschel on the siren. After the siren, Adelaide lead by that goal.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's had 5 babies, mate.
I know.
Be there for the emotional birth of the Watson twins. Plus, the Aussies on a mission to Mars. Nissan presents A Current Affair.
Is your dandruff on full blast? Turning people off? Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Created with pyrithium zinc. It blows dandruff flakes away. It's proven. Garnier Fructis makes hair up to 5 times stronger and so much shinier. So effective, not a trace of a flake. Kiss those flakes goodbye. Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Give your hair the strength to shine.
The new Philips Azure. No other iron offers more steam for perfect results.
People come in all shapes and sizes with different aches and pains. At the Posture Care Chair Company, we understand this. And that's why every one of our chairs are specifically tailor-made to your exact body requirements. So that you receive a chair so comfortable, we will give you a 100% comfort guarantee. So don't settle for an average fitting chair. Have your chair tailor-made at the Posture Care Chair Company. Call now. I guarantee you 100% comfort. The Posture Care Chair Company, Fullerton Road, Norwood.
For superior quality technology, be sure it's the Omega Technology Silver Storm series. Powered by the Intel Pentium 4 processor with hyper-threading technology, it's ideal for work or home from just $14.48 with a 2-year warranty. It works hard so you can play hard. Efficiently run 2 demanding applications at the same time with a Silver Storm series based on the Intel Pentium 4 processor with HD technology. Omega Technology. Look for your authorized dealer where you see this sign.
A man's got to win. Make the tough decisions. Get on top and stay there. And you can't do that without a canoe. And to have the biggest, strongest, longest canoe, you need to be your best. Yes, life can be tough and canoes can be awkward. So why not ignore it all with a refreshing Carlton Draft?
Over 2 million Australians tune into CSI every week. Tuesday, the episode that started the phenomenon.
Welcome to Forensics. Gil Grissom.
A 2-hour CSI special, 8:30 Tuesday on 9.
It's the business end of the season.
This is it, is it?
So we're bringing out the big cut.
Going for gold.
With Punchbunk, Avril Lavigne and Bulger MD live.
Isn't that dangerous?
It's the Footy Show, 9:30 Thursday on Channel 9.
Beautiful afternoon for football here at Amy Stadium in Adelaide, and the Crows are liking it as well with a late goal. Let's have a look at the scores there. The Tigers 7-5-47 trail the Adelaide Crows 8-5-53, Dennis.
Yes, 5 goals coming in that second term, Derm. Checking their goal scorers. Perry's been very good on the forward line, as we saw late in the term, prepared to go deep as well. And Henschel, after the siren, JB called it. Magnificent spiral, put it through. Schultz has tried hard for the Tigers. He's got 2. To the major break.
When they kick them from downtown that far out, they're a barrel, aren't they?
That was a great kick.
Magnificent. Well, you mentioned Ian Perry. He's got 3 goals till half-time. He's been sensational. We made a point of mentioning him before the game. He's kicked 1 goal for the year. They haven't kicked goals. They need him up and running.
Only his 8th game of the season. Now, he's taken 8 marks, 12 disposals, 3 goals, but he's very much a focal point. He demands the ball, doesn't he?
He does. He attracts it. He's got a brilliant pair of hands. Even though he's kicked 3 goals, and he's worked very hard on his kicking in the last couple of years, that's not a pretty action, but it gets the job done now.
And a similarity to Dwayne, too, I'd suggest. You notice that? It's the same.
What, the hairdo?
All of it.
It's a fair bit of scalp showing.
No, I wasn't saying that. Everything becomes a hair joke. There he is again.
Oh, look at that. He looked like Batman jumping from a building, that
Well,
actually.
he's been very, very good.
He certainly has. As you said, 12 disposals, 8 marks and 3 goals. Not playing on a slouch either. Joel Bowden is having a reasonable season. Well, a very, very good season. Tyson Edwards gets on the end of that one there, moves it out to Mark Rashido, passes off inside forward 50, and Henschel gets the big bomb going here.
He started as a defender, didn't he, earlier this season, but they all say in Adelaide he will be a forward.
Good size as well, up around the 6'3" mark. He's going to fill out. You have a look at his shoulders as well. He's got a bit of work to do there, so he's going to be a good key size position player who can move. Simon Goodwin, he got the crook ribs, as JB reported. He got a good crunch. What did you call it? The Constantina. Yes, he got cannoned into by friendly fire.
Sort of.
Yes, someone else. That was the best piece of forward play for the day. Tyson Edwards spotted up a leading Scotty Welsh coming out from the goal square.
Interesting, Jim, as we watch these goals, how often Tyson Edwards is involved.
He's an architect, isn't he?
A very good player.
He's playing as a half-forward flanker up against the young boy Hartigan, and then presses up into the midfield as soon as the ball's bounced, and he becomes a 5th midfielder. Hartigan can't really go with him, so he calls Brown onto him. Brown won't press hard on him, so he gets a fair bit of space.
And the Tigers started so well. Bigland's missed the first opportunity from about 5 metres out, but then the Tigers got the next 3. This is Moore on the burst. Hasn't had much of it, but that was a good finish.
There's young Hartigan again. Oh, sorry, that's Fleming on that occasion. I can't tell the two.
They're similar, aren't they?
They are. They both go to the same hairdresser as well with the long sleeves. But Richo's given them something up for it. As you see, Rutten on the mark there, and then Neil Craig decided, no, I want the kid Rutten to learn the goal square, and he played him back in the teeth of goal. Jay Schultz there got on the end of that one. Poor sporting attempt as well by his opponent.
Tivendale, seen a fair bit of the football as well, eventually finds a man in space. Blumfield, again, hasn't seen much of it, but that's a pretty good kick.
Kicks it pretty low and flat, just puts a bit of time. What did we call that? Draw. We were using all the golfing analogies before.
And going beautifully, I might add.
Yes, yeah, a couple of 1 woods, 3 woods, you've named it all. Daniel Jackson, the young Tiger star, well, he hopes to be a star. He's only 18 years of age. Dwayne Russell caught up with him last week. We're going to hear all about that on the other side of the break. It's the Crows by a goal.
Sex and the suburbs.
I like it.
Just look what the neighbours are up to.
They are saying, give it to me and give it to me now.
Laid bare.
Her G spot, her A spot. Where is the A?
The university study.
Where there's fun, there's toys.
From inside the Aussie bedroom.
Pass it, Liz, pass it.
Also, can she do it?
It's just our Aussie battling spirit.
Mike Munro with Yana Pittman as she makes the biggest decision of her life.
Everything's going so slow.
Toyota presents 60 Minutes, 7:30 tonight.
Okay, who wants to go on a holiday? Get your bids in right now. Congratulations!
Yes, it's travel auction time with John Dean. Hi. Plan to escape right now at only the price you choose to pay. Let's deal. Be one of the top 50 bidders. The Grampians National Park features 167,000 spectacular hectares, combining soaring ranges, deep forests, cascading waterfalls, spectacular rock formations, and incredible wildflowers. Our package includes 4 nights accommodation in a cabin with well-equipped kitchen at the Halls Halls Gap Caravan Park, located in the heart of Halls Gap. There's breakfast provisions on arrival and a barbecue meat hamper. Choose to travel midweek, get an extra night absolutely free. Normally, great value at $348 for a couple. Today, name your own price. Give us a bid. What, $325, $300, $290? Bid is up to you. If you're successful, you've got a year to travel. Some conditions apply. Come on, the Grampians are yours to enjoy with up to 5 nights. $348 our price. What's yours? 1300 65 65 73.
Need a loan or some money in a hurry? Where can you get an instant cash loan against your quantity unwanted goods? Instant cash loans at Cash Converters. Just another good reason to visit your nearest Cash Converters store.
Save your mouth for Mentos, the fresh maker.
Nice guy. Bad guys. Bad move. No more nice guy. Sunday night at the movies. Mel Gibson is a lethal weapon. Lucy Liu is hell on heels.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
And everyone else better look out. Revenge has never been more explosive. Payback, 8:30 tonight on Channel 9.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by Keno, Radio Rentals, and Toyota.
Adelaide Crows fans at home, 53 plays 47, late goal to the Crows, and they're up by that margin now. Well, Daniel Jackson, he made headlines 2 weeks ago when he chose to captain his school in a game over playing for the Richmond seniors. Now this week, our own academic genius, I can't even say it, Dwayne Russell, went out to see the youngster at Carey Grammar School, and just to find out what it's like between mixing VCE studies and playing for the Richmond Footy Club.
So this is the headmaster's office. Have you been here much before?
Tried to avoid it, I suppose, every now and again. Hasn't been for a while though, I've been a good kid.
Do you remember the last time you were in here in worse circumstance?
Oh, I think it was the last time we had to get a picture done for the paper and I was told I had to go and shave, so we avoided that one pretty well.
So a few weeks ago you chose to play for your school rather than Richmond. Why?
I suppose for a number of reasons. Danny Frawley had a chat to me sort of 2 weeks before and sort of said, we'll leave the decision to you, but no hard feelings here, whatever you choose. He thought it'd probably be a good idea. A few of the guys around the club said if I didn't, I might regret it later on, sort of the last time I get to play with my mates. But the other big one was when I first came to Carey, I used to be a soccer player and I was going to take soccer up here, but all my mates sort of said, no, I've got to play footy. Brought me down to the local club, and since then I've just played with them for the last 6 years, so it's a pretty big thing to finish it off.
So what's more important, Richmond or your mates?
I suppose the Richmond Footy Club's very important, but so's my mates, and the club say that all the time. Balance is the key, so with school as well, I've got to balance that, and so does everybody else down there, even though they don't go to school.
You decided to nominate for the draft last year rather than wait for this year when you would have been almost assured of being a top 10 pick. Why did you do that?
Well, the plan was I wasn't actually going to. I was going to do that, finish school and nominate this year, but the Richmond guys rang me up about 2 weeks. Actually, they spoke to my parents 2 weeks before the draft and laid out the plan that they were happy for me to finish school and put footy second for the year. So I suppose then they spoke to me and I weighed up my options, said that's probably a good idea. The fact that Roachie was down there was sort of helpful, and also I wasn't 18, so I needed somewhere along the train line, which was very much more handy in the summer and the pre-season. And since then, I've never looked back.
Can you believe it? Daniel Jackson, his opponent, as Ed said, played school footy last week. How'd he be feeling playing on one of the toughest men in football right now? Up to full forward. Mooney has got it.
Did you have a run-in with Cameron Mooney?
I suppose he had a run-in with me. He took a mark, kicked the goal and shoved me aside. I didn't have much say in it at all, actually. I didn't say anything to him after he'd kicked it either. I'd let him have that one, just this time. Maybe next time I'll pipe up.
So how have you handled the turmoil of having your coach moved on mid-season?
I suppose because I've been here half the time, I missed most of that. I remember, though, when he announced it, I was actually in the meeting and sort of I suppose it was new to me with having someone announce leave. I went downstairs and I sort of said to someone, everyone seems pretty haven't changed too much. What's the deal? They said, well, that's just the life of footy. Everyone comes and goes every year. Guys get used to that. The senior players have seen it happen before, so you just got to get used to it.
Have you met Terry Wallace?
I haven't, no.
And will that be an interesting time meeting your new coach? Is that something you're excited about?
Well, just as exciting as meeting any other new coach. First time I met Danny Frawley or David Flood down at the VFL, they've always got new things to teach you and new ways. It's just, I suppose, always take a bit from everything. Take a bit from the captains, from the other players, and obviously especially the coaches. So, well, I suppose look forward to it.
Daniel Jackson, nice kid. Dwayne just wandered over and said, little wonder you can't say the word academic. Second half, after the break, Crows by a goal.
This news break is brought to you by the bank with more branches in rural South Australia.
Good afternoon. Investigations are underway into a spate of fires overnight. Fire Corps officials say this Flagstaff Hill house was deliberately lit at 9:30. It followed another house fire at Seacombe Gardens. Police are investigating the murder of a Port Lincoln man who was found in his house this morning. His alleged killer has been arrested. And in sport, we'll tell you just how serious the injury is to Port Adelaide's Warren Treadray. See you at 6.
One shot, one kill.
This guy is scary.
Without becoming a target. CSI Miami, Wednesday on 9.
Did a veteran fall to a secret war horror?
I think I know how his career ends.
Or has vengeance claimed a final victory?
You better have hard evidence. This is a conspiracy. These guys are stonewalling.
Without a trace. 9:30 Wednesday on 9.
For more choice and the lowest prices, sprint into Bunnings Warehouse. 21 centimetre terracotta pot, $2. Workbench and work support, $24.90. 4 litre in colour acrylic, only $45. Pole heater, a bargain at $187. 1.8 metre step ladder, just $34.95. And Energy Saver Glow below $289. We won't be beaten on price. And that's guaranteed.
Bunnings Warehouse!
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
We've got the son's family over for a bite. Nothing flash, but I'm going to make it special with some roast potatoes. Roast potatoes?
Oh, lovely. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Birdseye. Don't tell your mum. Never been easier.
Okay, kids.
Granddad eats this on the floor.
Birdseye oven roast potatoes. Now in 2 tasty new flavours.
I know a bit about footy, but when I need a mobile phone, I go to Crazy John's for the best Telstra deals.
Get the latest Nokia 7610 with built-in megapixel camera that records up to 10 minutes of video, and we'll give you a Nokia Bluetooth car kit absolutely free. Only from Crazy John's and only while stocks last. Call 132299 for your nearest location. We'll beat any deal. That's why Crazy John's are the National Dealer of the Year award winner.
The best deals are Crazy Deals.
Call Jim's Mowing on 131 546 and we'll not only mow your lawn, we'll also do your weeding. Call your local Jim for more than just mowing.
Mate, I really like your sunnies. Oh, really? What do you like about them? The way they cover up your face.
Been paid out lately? Keno, with over 250,000 winners every month, you could win it by the minute.
Channel 9 for season 2004, key corporate partners with the Adelaide Football Club.
Nice guys can finish first. For Mel Gibson, revenge is explosive. Payback, 8:30 tonight on 9.
Stay with the action, JB.
All right. All eyes on the man, of course, given that it's an Adelaide pro crowd. Here he goes. There's the hook foot Dermot. He's got the kick going. He's got it spinning beautiful. That is an amazing goal.
Every news bulletin around the country tonight. A goal the difference, 8-5 to 7-5. Let's go down to the boundary and the man himself, James Brayshaw.
We're going to play a game we play every now and then here. It's called Spot Dermot in the Little League. Have a look at this young man who went around about 5 minutes ago. An absolute spitting image of Brereton circa 1975. There he goes.
Oh, what a grab.
That's a nice mark as well. Now, Hardigan and Campbell are both fine, so a clean bill of health, boys.
I trained off for that too.
Sunday football, Adelaide lead by 6 points. They trail by 11. At quarter time, Breeze going left to right. Not all that strong. Rashudo at the base of the pack. Roden put his head down but went nowhere, and the umpire will do it all over again. Ian Perry 3 goals. Jay Schultz has got 2. Interesting game. Adelaide snatching the lead after the half-time siren. A pretty good crowd considering where these two teams are on the ladder. High bounce. Clark. Only as far as Hall. It was taken high surely, and we'll get the free kick. Hall. So the Tigers will go forward. Spots Roden up in his own. Well, spilt the mark. Finds it though. But the moment has passed. This is Hyde, forward of the wing. Probing kick inside the 50. Richardson goes back, had it knocked away by Bassett. Bock is there. Arriving quickly, John Cock, content to push it over the line.
Now Fiora, one of the players on the bench there with Marsh, Hardigan and Houlihan. Houlihan with the tracksuit on furthest from the camera. Ball back into play.
Got a feeling Aaron didn't know he was on camera then.
No, I know. I didn't say anything, Dermot, but he'll be really glad that you did. And we might get a decision here from the umpire. He's just playing on. Rashudo, Dowdy, caught, doesn't get it out.
He took him on. He tried to balk that.
The umpire finally will ball it up.
He stood there, feigned a handball.
Dyson Edwards, who's had a pretty good first half. And Hyde chasing Rashudo. Clark. Thought about seeking the century of the boundary line there, and then gathered runs. Goodwin spent some time on the bench in the first half, injured. Perry having a good afternoon until now. Bowden caught by Perry. Ball comes out. Henschel through traffic to Goodwin. Around the body, Nathan Brown should gobble this up, and he does. And he sees a spare option in the middle.
There's a chance here. Held it bounce. Richmond lead in all directions to the football hall. To Roden, one bounce. Runs inside the 50. 35 metres out and closing. But the kick just sneaks in. Good enough.
Chartered Accountants bring you another great moment. Round 20 of 2003 featured another nail-biter as Geelong took on West Coast. The Eagles' Michael Braun had the chance late in the game to give the visitors victory.
He's hit the post. Scores a level. Scores a level.
Delivered with precision by Chartered Accountants. Employ our thinking.
Didn't take long and the Tigers have levelled the score. Watch this, a little feign there. Thought perhaps Fleming was an opponent. Indicates a couple of things. He wasn't aware just who was alongside, and there was a lack of talking. Rashudo backs out of the pack. Hand passes it wide. Well played. Goodwin gathers the bouncing football. Goes looking for Perry yet again. And Perry proving a handful. He'll kick from right on the 50.
He's got Big Hudson up against Gasper. Now, Gasper, if they just give him space, he's going to be way too big in the body for Darren Gasper.
Entertaining game in its way. Very competitive. Both sides have had their moments.
Might get a highlight if you'd let JB call this through.
He's done enough. Perry, 3 goals for the afternoon. Goes at his 4th. Sets it across the face. They compete right on the kick-off line. Stengway a half chance. Jackson took him down. Ball too slick. Socket up the ground by Burton. Zantuck emerges with it. And now Chappie runs to the back pocket. Sends play out wide. And Weller. Will it stay in for him? No, it won't. Out it goes. Boundary throw-in.
But Bowden with the task of shutting down Perry and getting Richmond moving from half back.
Still had the ball 16 times himself, Joel Bowden.
Been good.
Hall and Clark. Hall, palm down. Rashudo takes them on and gets wrapped up, and he gets stunned for holding the ball. That was a bit tough. didn't have a lot of prior opportunity in Hyde, who was hiding behind him. And he takes off to Richardson, takes the chest mark. Scores level. Tigers a chance to take the lead here. Richardson, that's a high bomb. Jackson edged under it by Henschel. Well played. And a good mark to the Crow.
Perry's on the lead again for mark number 10.
Creates half-back.
Creates space behind him for teammates to run into.
Playing a good game, Riley. Goodwin.
And he'll swing around onto the left again.
Perry wants it back again, but he was manned up virtually. Goodwin goes wide and accurately. Jericho. Sends it inside 50. High bomb towards the goal square. Well read, Gasper. Eyes only for the ball and took it nicely.
To Zantuck.
Hudson blind turned himself with the ball in the air.
That's his move. There's Roden. Little chip pass, barely the 15. Campbell's got it from half-back, looking towards half-forward. Now a chance for the Tigers. It's 2-on-1. Chappie did well. Got rid of the sole Crow, and now Crack at the beneficiary. Runs inside the 50, kicks. I think he's got it. He has. Credit to Chappie.
So what, your boots set you back?
About $80.
Could have bought new ones for that.
Been paid out lately? Keno, with over 400 payouts per hour, you could win it by the minute.
Need a loan or some money in a hurry? Where can you get an instant cash loan against your quantity unwanted goods? Instant cash loans at Cash Converters. Just another good reason to visit your nearest Cash Converters store.
Andy Cracker gives the Tigers back the lead. Bounce to restart. Clark dumps it all the way to Jericho and half forward. McLeod has a bounce, sizes it up, kicks toward Welsh. Off him and Gasper, free kick. And it'll go to Welsh.
Giving away a couple. Zantuck. A little bit fortunate, though. Didn't see a great deal in it. He stretches the jumper. No, it doesn't. He's stiff there. Ty Zantuck.
Kicked a goal in the second term. Scott Welsh, an ex-Roo, 36 games there and a premiership with the Kangaroos, playing his 114th game this afternoon. And there's a 50-metre penalty. Scores will be level. This is a gimme. He taps the punt in. Scores a level at Amy Stadium.
For more choice and the lowest prices, sprint into Bunnings Warehouse. Slow release fertiliser, great value at $1.85. 5-tier shelf unit, $21. Ryobi cordless drill, only $52. 4-litre Dulux Suede Effects, just $58. 5-litre pressure sprayer, a bargain at $9.90. And extension cord, a low $2.50. We won't be beaten on price. And that's guaranteed.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Scott Welsh has 2 goals now, 9-5 apiece. Early going third term. Good bounce. Clark, not prematurely. Now the ruckman, much influence there. Tallbow on the ground did well to Hyde. Bursting through his Chappie. Probing kick inside the forward 50. Wonderful courage, Bassett.
Interesting that Nathan Brown's starting outside of the square where Tyson Edwards starts now. And speak the devil.
Is it on cue?
Yeah, he'll get it back here.
Rashudo decides to kick it. He's paid the mark. Tyson Edwards on the wing. That's an intelligent kick, demanding that Henschel come back towards the middle. Riley gets the crumb. Jericho, open goal, beckons, and he splits the middle. Well worked.
On the track, where we look like greenback.
Second season on the list for Luke Jericho, just his 13th game. And that kick gives Adelaide back the lead by a goal.
Just got to press Nathan Brown. If Tyson Edwards runs up into the centre, they're putting Brown on him now. He's just trying to second-guess him.
Topo out of the middle. McLeod runs onto it, half-back. Oh, it kept it beautifully to box advantage. And the Crows are away. Burton on the wing. The Birdman chips to Riley. He's away. Gets a little Shepherd. Does he? No, he gets the handle up to Perry. He can have a ping himself. Drop punt is offline. Only a behind to Ian Perry.
Sometime type of game. 10 marks, 15 disposals. Does he touch the ball on the ground as he's tackled here? Oh, he gets a hand to it. Fair divot he put in the green too. Plug mark. Pull out your fork, Dwayne.
Bowden short.
It's a pitchfork. It was a big divot.
There's Tivendale. Margin 7 points. Crows working into a slight breeze on top. Seesawing affair. Chaffee plays on from half-back. Goes towards half-forward. Richardson in front. Johncock, interesting. Like an innocent bystander. Bock finished up with it to Burton. To Perry. Perry plays on towards the pocket. Edwards getting in behind the defence.
You must do something about Nathan Brown. If he kicks this, he's cost the last 2 goals, Nathan Brown. As good as he is going his way, and I'm a huge rap for the young man, he's given away 2 goals here, Nathan Brown.
Nobody near him.
Nathan Brown sitting 15 metres out from goals, thinking, well, that's my man, but I'm not going to run to him all that quickly right at the moment. He still hasn't even got an opponent. So there's Brownie just out from the goal square.
Tyson Edwards steps inside the 50. Shoots from 45. Misses near side.
Let off the hook there. He's got to get damage in the other way, but he's got to start next to Tyson Edwards. Brownie.
19 possessions now for Tyson Edwards.
Another tie. Zantuck to Bowden. Makes the mark at half-back flank. Hudson holds him up. Spearing pass. Hoping for Jackson. And he went down to Jackson, but he couldn't quite keep it alive, and we'll get a ball in.
Not even going to... Oh, Nathan Brown's been dragged for that. Coming from the ground, that is a rarity. To win a game, you need him out there, but just got to get a little bit of mental reprogramming at the moment.
A half push and a half holding the ball, and the umpire said no. I'll pay neither, I'll ball it up.
JB, straight onto the phone, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I reckon I can hear Spud from here. Furious.
Only got to put up with it for another 2 games after this. Free kick in the ruck contest, and it'll go to Hall against Clark.
He's done okay, Hall, around the ground, but generally Clark has been his master. It's on Burton flying over the top. The free kick was paid. Richo couldn't hang on. Stengline. Rashudo tracks it. Still Rashudo over the football, trying to feed it out. Hyde over the top of him, and the umpire will ball it up.
Look at that. You see the Roo's arm over the back of Hyde, and then he just bench presses him off and away. And get off.
Over the top, Blumfield. Goodwin.
Good tackle.
Yes. Campbell flicks it out to Hyde. Back to Blumfield under pressure. Upended as he kicked. Cracker will get a free kick. Well, that's an interesting one. Advantage is paid. Fleming goes to an open goal and kicks it. And the players had stopped back where the action was. Not sure those chasing Fleming had stopped, if in fact anyone was near it.
At Radio Rentals, you can pick up what you want and pay no interest until 2008. That's a huge 4 years interest-free on widescreen plasma and LCD TVs. Score a massive 4 years interest-free on washers. That's no interest to pay until 2008 on fridges. And get 4 years interest-free on computers. Time's running out to get a record-breaking 4 years interest-free at SA's biggest electrical retailer. Now that's big.
Yeah, they stopped, didn't they? Those players. Watch this again. Very tough call on the free.
And Nathan Bock comes into view now, and watch him stop. Well, he certainly stops when you stop the film.
So the Andrew Cracker free sets up the goal for the Tigers. Andrew Cracker, you think he will improve next year with some help from his dad, who'll be out and able to play a bigger role in his life? Gets out over summer, which is great news for the family. Bounce back in the middle. Clark knocks it down towards Stingline. Half hill, not in possession. Umpire said, well, he waited to see if it was going to be an advantage. And it wasn't. So the free kick. No, it goes Richmond's way.
Getting a good run here.
Adelaide hold the lead, but only just, and some momentum now with the Tigers. Hall gathered, got caught. Stingline, he got caught. Gave to Burton. Half-back flank, chips it wide, and they're away here. Welsh. Now a chance for Goodwin to deliver. Kicks the ball in Rashudo's direction. Is he within range, Dermot?
Not this side.
Goes to Riley and hits him. And Riley is within range, but a tough angle.
Well, Riley, I know you look at the stature and think, not a big fella, but he's actually legitimately playing centre half back. Can lead route, knows where to go when he plays from the goal square as a full forward. And that is at 182 centimetres. He's centre half back for the Adelaide Crows today. Playing on Weller. Tough kick still.
Yep. They lead by 2 points. This kick to make it 8. Drifts across the face. Big fly on the line. Mark to Henschel. And this might be an even tougher kick.
Well, JB, we know that he's got the big hook foot. Might sneak around.
Going to have to do the banana, I think, Derm. There you go. Look at that for a perfect angle. He'll have to run out. Not beyond question, though, if he thinks his way through it.
Trick is to get in nice and close to the man on the mark and go snap at right angles.
Got a great view of this at home. To make it an 8-point lead, did pretty well. The boy they call Rowdy gets the crowd on its feet.
You're round, mate. What? Mate, there's no need to shout. Really? I'll just get one for myself then.
Been paid out lately? Keno, with over 43 million paid out a year, you could win it by the minute.
New Philips Azure. No other iron offers more steam for perfect results.
Brett Henschel has taken up the slack. Ian Perry, 3 goals to half-time. Goals in this term, but Henschel has 3 for the match now. Unlikely forward, but doing the job. Clark decisively knocked at 15 metres. Goodwin runs onto the loose footy. Hand passes inside the 50. Perry and all sorts of diabolical. Was taken down by Bowden, and the free kick will go to Bowden. Perry knew what he wanted to do, but that wasn't enough.
He had the hammer lock on him.
Yes.
Had the arm pinned, and he's just a little bit slow to drop it onto the foot.
Helpless feeling that. Here's Cracker. Goes to Zantuck. 73 plays 65. Zantuck forward of the wing. Kicks inside the forward 50. Should have been a punch by Bassett. The mark is paid to Weller.
They sneaked in from the side.
Bassett had enough time to know he was there, though. Has to be a fist.
Yeah,
has to be a fist. Still easy from here. So Weller, he's been conspicuous on occasions in the forward line. Played most of his football in defence. And he will kick from about 40 metres out. He's got 1 goal this afternoon. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the contest. Not bad off the boot. They celebrate.
Out here, Global Star's making businesses mobile everywhere with the new dual mode CDMA and satellite mobile phone, providing 100% voice and data mobile coverage throughout Australia and its territorial waters. With Global Star, you can manage your property, be advised of pickups and monitor storm alerts from almost anywhere. With CDMA calls as low as 25 cents per 30 seconds and satellite calls from 43 cents per 30 seconds and no incoming call charges. Call Global Star and get mobile everywhere.
Luke Weller hadn't kicked a goal for the Tigers before today, and he's now got 2. And the Tigers have got a big chance of stealing this lead back before three-quarter time. Blumfield, Tivendale, Fleming, they've worked it pretty well. From half-back, chip kick from Bowden is okay. Mark taken by Hall. What about going back for the 1-2? Kicks a high bomb inside 50. Burton with the flight. Great mark, knowing that he could get crunched. Bock goes wide. McLeod. We turned Fleming inside out.
It was a slow dummy, wasn't it?
It was, but still fooled him.
Hold it well.
Welsh.
Greatly.
And now the Roo. And that's as good a ball movement from defence to attack.
Yep.
As you can see, the Adelaide Crows, when they get it going, are as good as anybody through the midfield with players like Rashudo who can really finish off.
The thing is, that's why he was played up forward last week, where they've been very poor at their conversion over the last month, the Adelaide Crows. He does know how to lead, and half the job done as a forward is timing when to go and how to get your man, you know, lost by a couple of metres when you do go, and in what direction on the lead.
The captain, only a one-time premiership player, and he sends the Crows back out to an 8-point lead.
What's with the aftershave? Not bad. Smell beautiful if you're a girl.
Been paid out lately? Keno, with over 3 million paid out a month, you could win it by the minute.
First I take a soft tortilla, then I lay down the Swiss cheese, tomato, olives. If you want, I can make you a carb-conscious turkey and bacon, turkey and ham, or a chicken and bacon ranch wrap. Come on in, I'll wrap one up for you. I'm Hayley Vink, Subway wrap artist.
Mark Rashudo averaging 27 possessions a game this season. That's up from 24 last season and 20 in 2002. Maybe down this afternoon, but that was a valuable goal playing on the forward line. McLeod, extend line into the path of Jericho, in trouble, kept his composure. Goodwin pulls it back towards the middle, hangs a long time, and Welsh takes the mark. He was favoured by the kick, used his strength, and he will kick a goal from 20 metres out, very slight angle.
Yes, he put the arms up for the marking contest, and Aaron Fiora just didn't have the body strength to, well, not go back, but just unsettle his balance. He's perfectly balanced when he had the hands up. Yeah, he's hooked it.
Yeah. Missed a couple. He seemed to rush that. Didn't take very long with it at all. And sprayed it left.
Watch how his chest pulls away. See his chest there on the point of impact is pointed to that far goal post. Got to stay pretty symmetrical.
Dangerous kick in, but made the look all right by Campbell, who goes to Fiora. Here's a pass toward half forward. Race on, Roden to his own advantage, and then a bounce back kindly, and Riley on the rebound. Uses his toe to get away from Ben Marsh. Rashudo, can he find a target quickly inside 50? So he holds it up. High bomb. Henschel and Welsh. Henschel! He's pulled that in.
He's paid it against Scotty Welsh for taking Gasper out of the contest. And have a look at this. Not a bad call either. Now, Gasper gets no say in trying to compete with that. Probably wouldn't have spoiled, but you can't take somebody out without making a legitimate attempt on the ball.
Tippendale to Fleming. Both Dwayne and I went, as it comes up towards end line. You know what that means, Dern. You've been around football long enough. Weller over the top. Blumfield draws a man, goes to Brown. Brown may get some recompense. Was it touched? I don't think so. It's a goal.
Home Start isn't just for first home buyers. They can finance a second start too, or a third. If you're starting over, Home Start have some smart options that could help you achieve home ownership again, buying or building. Give them a call, see what they can do. Hey, it'll cost you a phone call.
Home Start. That's smart.
Now let's have Scotty Welsh. Does he make his hands for the ball?
Check with JB.
JB, you're at ground level. Give us a call.
Mate, he was nowhere near it. He was looking at me more than the ball.
Couldn't have checked with him.
It's 2-2 now, so don't...
I tell you what, it's game on. 3 points the difference. Edwards got it to Bassett. High kick. He's down there again. Welsh can't fly. He crumbs it instead. Back to Rashudo. Around the body. That's an enormous standing start kick. The power of the Rashudo leg. The root has two.
That is a great call, Dwayne. It is 2 steps, but not only 2 steps in kicking forward the goal, he has to step sideways. That's a 45-metre snap. Now, once it comes out the back there, across the body, not even 2 steps, 1 step, and he's cleared it by 10-15. That's a 50-metre snap across the body. The explosive power in him, it is quite awesome.
Both coaches letting their players play. It's a free-willing game. Clark knocks it down. Stengline was taken high. He'll get the free kick.
And the crowd, they're going to love you, Dennis, now when they see the replay back.
Margin 9 points. Call them as you see them. Down towards half forward, off hands. Tivendale slides in.
Course lane crowd.
Blomfield's got it now. The outside of the boot, it wanders towards the boundary, and Bowden. Yeah, I like the Tigers a lot, though. Bowden, close to the boundary line.
Calling for the viewers now.
Little chip pass, hugging the line. Coming hard was Houlihan.
Just feel that they've put up the shutters a bit here now with those last couple against them, the Tigers. No real run coming.
Across the ground he comes, an element of danger here. Blumfield travels with Stevens, played it pretty well, but he was outnumbered. Rashudo, here's a go, into the path of Goodwin, kept knocking at goal with McLeod, who better, feeds it wide. Jericho can stop, measure the kick, and get it.
Well, you have a look at Andy McLeod here on this replay. He just pats the ball down like a dribble in basketball, just to keep it alive, just to keep it away from his opponent, and the thing comes back to him. I don't know if he ever tried this. Watch him. And again, there you go. Little pat away from his opponent. And good vision, Jericho. A solid shot. Once again, standing start. Gun barrel straight. They love you, Dennis.
There's a guy who knows his footy. Gun barrel envy.
Only if they got rifling. You can shoot a gun that doesn't shoot accurately, you know. It's called a blunderbuss.
27 minutes played, third term, 3 to go. Fleming to Hyde. High kick inside, 50. John Cock, Edge Brown under the ball, Schultz. It's a Dwella. Nathan Brown around the body. And across the face. Only in behind.
I thought Graham Johncock, once again, Dennis, as you called before, he tried to mark from behind then.
Don't try and get into my good books. Riley, short to the pocket. This is Burton. Pulls it back towards the middle. Bock. Wide. Edwards can take it and go. The veteran on the move, down towards half forward. In front, Stevens. Liked him as a player. That was a strong mark. He's 55 metres out from goal. Welsh comes on a lead, bounces off his chest. There's a lot of congestion in there, a lot of contact too. Hyde goes to Zantuck. Zantuck falling to the ground. Away to Jackson. Jackson towards the wing, taken by Tivendale. And the speedster's away. Tivendale, one bounce, running down towards half forward. Probing kick. Richo leaves his man. Little push as he went and takes the mark on his chest. What will he do this time, Richo?
Well, with this kick, he'll take it up to 208 possessions each for each team.
He's booted one.
Fact. During Toyota's All Out August, Toyota Kluger CV all-wheel drive comes with a free accessories pack worth over $1,000. Toyota's All Out August. Genuine savings. Fact.
This is the big one from Solomon's. 2 years interest-free. That's 2 years interest-free on all timber, vinyl and carpet at Solomon's. With 2 years interest-free, you'd better fly in now.
Just magic.
Richmond really have overpossessed the footy. In fact, last week in their loss to Geelong, they had the most possessions of any team that's lost this year. They had the ball 350 times, so they play a very, very short game, which is strange considering they've got one of the great power forwards of the comp.
Back to an 8-point lead and Richmond 3. And they get the play on advantage call. Spearing pass in the direction of Brown and John Cock. John Cock, Brown, good one-on-one. Brown's giving John Cock the 3. And a great player, Graham John Cock, one of the Mallee Park boys from the Aboriginal club in Port Lincoln. Both the Burgoyne brothers played there, Daniel Wells, Byron Pickett. Got a great history.
That is a great selection, Graham John Cock. He didn't come high in the draft either, but even in his second season, it was like he'd been playing 5 or 6.
Hudson found Bassett. 1 minute 14 and counting, and the Crows will work it out of the fence. Rutten toward the wing. Good score down by Fiora, but Jericho first to pounce, gets around Nathan Brown's attempt with ease. Now Rutten and now John Cock. And the Crows are away from half-back. John Cock spears a pass. Henschel comes up. In fact, it's Stevens.
Stevens into the path of Shirley. They should keep running. Shirley right half forward. Look at that kick. It's not a bad one in the direction of Welsh. Hands to it. Couldn't hang on. He's annoyed. And the ball's out of bounds. He's had a few chances. It bounced off most part of his body this afternoon.
Kicked 2 goals, 3. Yeah, his last one was an absolute soda that he missed 20 metres out.
Unfairly penalised once. Knocked down. Hudson goes after it. There's a divot for you. Edwards scampers in. Still a live ball for a shootout. Eventually Edwards feeds it back. Shirley right on the 50. Brushes past a would-be tackler. We're down to 22 seconds. That's a sharp angle. Bowden goes back and takes a courageous defensive mark.
Coming up for his 22nd possession.
Just don't need to do anything crazy here, the Tigers. Zantuck's got it, and they can suck the rest of the seconds off the clock. And they can go in at three-quarter time with a chance.
I think he actually spoke to the crowd, turned sideways to them. Then, when he had the ball, Mars takes the mark, the final mark, there be it after the siren. But a very, very entertaining quarter of football there. Three-quarter time, it's the Tigers down by 8 points, 13-6, 84. The Adelaide Crows, 14-8, 92.
A Port Lincoln man murdered. Adelaide detectives find out why. A spate of fires sweep Adelaide, and Thorpe brings home our first goal.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's had 5 babies, mate.
I know.
Be there for the emotional birth of the Watson twins, plus the Aussies on a mission to Mars. Nissan presents A Current Affair.
The energy market's getting tough. Things are changing. We need an edge.
Well, let's look at the options.
Do you have the most rigorously trained accountant guiding your business? No one is better qualified than a chartered accountant to take your business in the right direction.
When would you like to start?
Start right now.
Chartered accountants. Employ our thinking.
Did you know you can rent just about anything at Radio Rentals? TV's right, you know. It makes sense to rent. Check this stuff out. You want it, you can rent it today and keep your cash. There's no deposit, no application fees. They fix any problems. And you can upgrade to the latest and greatest so you're never stuck with yesterday's gear. Want it now? Rent it at Radio Rentals, SA's biggest electrical retailer. Now that's big. Hey, that's my line.
Home Start isn't just for first home buyers. They can finance a second start too, or a third. If you're starting over, Home Start have some smart options that could help you achieve home ownership again, buying or building. Give them a call, see what they can do. Hey, It'll cost you a phone call.
Home Start. That's smart.
Great news! There's 2 new delicious ways to get the great taste of Subway with 11 net carbs or less. Carb-conscious chicken bacon ranch wrap and turkey and bacon melt wrap. Subway. Choose well.
Time is running out for your bid in today's travel auction. Don't miss out. Top 50 bidders will be successful. Our package to the Grampians National Park includes up to 5 nights accommodation in a cabin with well-equipped kitchen at the Halls Gap Caravan Park in the heart of Halls Gap with breakfasts and a barbecue. Normally $348 for a couple. Ring now. Bid what you choose to pay. If successful, you've got a year to take the trip. Some conditions apply. 1300 65 65 73. You've got a bid, so ring now.
Last week, one contestant made Price's Right history.
$112,000 worth of life-changing showcase.
Taking the gamble and taking it all. Who will be next to steal the big one? The Price is Right Monday on 9. 7 o'clock Monday, radio's hard man has turned to jelly.
Oh my God, it's love!
You poor man, help is at hand.
What's needed here are some kind words from a sympathetic ear.
You don't need her, she's trash.
Frasier's 7 o'clock Monday on 9.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by Toyota, Primus Telecom and Amy.
Welcome back to sunny West Lakes where it's 3/4 time, and this is the story so far. Kelvin Moore, a name you don't normally associate with goals, gets the Tigers off to a good start. And Schultz, one of the heroes. He got a couple in the first term, and Richmond kicked the first 3 goals of the game before Ian Perry hit back and kicked truly and cut the Tigers' lead back to 11 points at quarter time. In the second term, Matthew Richardson took one and swallowed it through, just lifted in. And the Tigers looked like going in at half-time with a nice break, but with scores level after the siren. What they call a screwy here in Adelaide. Brent Henschel sends through a spiral to get Adelaide a 6-point lead at half-time. And then Richmond a lucky break early in the third term. Free kick and advantage. Lemming runs in. Open goal. But it took the Crows captain, Mark Rasciuto. He went forward. And with a little bit of assistance from Welsh, Mark Rasciuto kicked 2 goals for the term. And the Crows lead by 2 kicks, or 8 points at 3/4 time.
And that translates to, well, the scores have gone 11-point lead to the Crows at quarter time, 6 at half time, and 8 at 3/4 time. 14-8-92 to the Tigers, 13-6-84. Perry and Henschel 3 apiece for the Crows. Another great game going on at Telstra Dome, which is one of the season, well, big blockbusters here. To see what transpires at the top end of the list between Kangaroos and St Kilda. You get a replay of that a little bit later. If you don't want to know the scores, look away now. James Brayshaw.
Dermot, just interesting to see Neil Craig. Most times the group split up and go to midfield, backs and forwards. He just speaks to them all, first 18 style.
Final term Sunday football. Burton got it from McLeod, goes inside the 50 and plucking it. It was a pluck. Perry, the hands were there early and just grabbed it back. Like choosing an avocado.
He'd go the spoil job out too if he just had taken the wrist. Just put a touch on the arm there. He might have made him cough that up. Been extra critical there. He still went for the spoil.
He's been at 3. He's in the Henschel position. He runs to the 50.
Sounds like a wrestler. That'll be good.
Works it back superbly.
Hit the post. Did it?
I don't think so.
Beautiful kick.
Get into shape. Get into the latest gym equipment at Southern Workout Store. Adelaide's biggest range of fitness gear all under one roof. If you're setting up a home gym, it's all here. 1,500 exercise bikes in stock. 800 treadmills ready to go. Tone up the tummy with an AdMax swing. It's the place in Adelaide for a huge range of fitness equipment at massive discounts. So get into shape, get into Southern Workout Store. We don't match prices, we just sell for less.
Let's go down to the boundary line, James Brayshaw.
That definitely hit the post, boys. About a foot from the top.
Yeah, thought it did. Thought it did.
And you can guarantee we'll be giving you a replay shortly. Bounce. Clark and Hall. Edwards has been superb again. Rode him. No free kick. All comes free and they get the takeaway. Rashudo. They need some drive. They put him in the middle. He kicks long. Stevens does pretty well, although over the head of Perry Fiora. He's had a 40 possession game here, but was playing for Port in the SANFL. McLeod. High kick. Goal square. Gasper. Was he infringed against? No. Welsh tucked into the pocket. Jericho about to get caught. Gets the handball up. High kick off the side of the boot. Chance for the leapers. Fleming. 1, 2, 3. 4 grabs. That'll do.
Plays on now. Bowden. Fiora. Left half back. Pulls it back towards the middle. Tivendale. They like the ball in his hands towards half forward. Bassett though. Read it brilliantly. The good one. Now Perry, 55 metres out. Wants to go. Spots Jericho. Metres in the clear. Split the mark. The sun may have been a problem. That's the best I can do, son. Fiora goes out wide. Hardigan comes back to Bowden. Hand passes across to Hall. Ball goes inside the forward 50 for the Tigers. Brown lifted behind. Downey draws a couple. Goes to John Cock. Peels off half-back. Good-looking kick. Good punch away down there by Fiora. Lurking in front, well up. A belated decision. Got boots the ball. Hardigan taken high, surely. And he'll get the free kick. I can rightly argue. Playing on. Weller got it across to Campbell. Towards full forward. Richardson outnumbered. Bassett gets the crumb. Edwards. They bring it out numerically towards the outer side. Taken there by Riley. Kept his footing. Nice balance. 2 to choose from. Well, not so good, but Bok to Downey. Runs to the centre circle. Probing kick. Stevens behind almost. Arriving quickly, McLeod. Feint of hand, though. Just dropped his arm. Stevens kicks. Mitchell touches.
Let's have a quick look at Ian Perry's kick at goal. Just look for a snick on the back of the post. Oh, yeah, it's got it. He's right on it. He's in the shade, but he's got sunnies on.
Couldn't do any better than that.
Danger here. Stevens to Edwards to maybe finish them off. Behind. There's 2 goal umpires. Wouldn't have fixed that error. 10 goal umpires wouldn't have fixed that one.
And what would you do if they disagreed?
Well, it's come the inside of the post. It's a fair way up. He's got the sunnies on and he's in the only bit of shade on the out on the ground.
Perfect.
It's post in shade. I reckon it hit it. Running with it, Dennis. I don't care how much you try and bully me into it.
You and JB are voting like a block this afternoon.
We'll have another look shortly. High. Zantuck, they're hemmed in here. And looking real ugly. The Tigers back to Hyde. They've actually cost themselves 9 metres because initially they had the full 10-metre square to work with.
Oh.
Danger. Fiora takes them off. Tivendale, Fiora. They get some possessions. It'll look good tomorrow in the paper. Campbell, Roden, through traffic nicely. Speed again. 2 bounces. Can he finish it this time? 3 bounces. Can he go all the way? He goes to Richo. Ball stuffed clear of him. Handball smothered from Hardigan. And the sanctuary of the boundary line will do.
Oh, yes. Let's have a look at that kick. Now, just watch the change with the spin of the ball. Clear.
Don't know if the third umpire's going to give that to.
Campbell lurking behind the pack. Taken by Tivendale. Taken down. He's going to get the free kick. And inadvertently struck by a Burton knee as he was going to the ground. Well, he tripped himself.
Yeah.
And the crowd looking at the replay seemed to think so too, but then was, as I said, taken high by Burton. The kick wasn't for that though. Tivendale in the shadows. Plenty happening. Goes looking for Richo. That appeared to be a blatant push in the back. And Rutten will get the free. They bring it out. Bok.
Got to find a man on centre wing now. Got to wait for somebody to work hard out there. Clark. Well done.
Stenblain takes the mark.
He came from, what, 100 metres on the inside of the playing field.
Burton bouncing down towards right half forward. Pulls it back on the lead as well. Up he goes. Fingertips to it. Couldn't hang on. McLeod gets the hand pass away. Henschel swings around. Kicks the goal. Didn't hit either post. He's got ball.
At Radio Rentals, you can pick up what you want and pay no interest until 2008. That's a huge 4 years interest-free on widescreen plasma and LCD TV. Score a massive 4 years interest-free on washers. That's no interest to pay until 2008 on fridges. And get 4 years interest-free on computers. Time's running out to get a record-breaking 4 years interest-free at SA's biggest electrical retailer. Now that's big.
Yet another territory boy comes down and makes it big in the world of the AFL, and Matthew Richardson, the other side of the coin. Trent Henschel kicking his fourth, and Richo. It's his 12th season, Matthew Richardson. He's never won a best and fairest with the Tigers, and yet he's known as a superstar universally. Hall gets the handball up. The Tigers, it's been a disastrous season, and this will be their 12th loss. Bowden, 12th loss in a row, which is the worst string of losses in any one season for Richmond. Houlihan caught. Dowdy, Whitten, and doesn't get a free, and was in danger of getting hold of the ball played against him as soon as the umpire didn't pay him in the back. We'll get a ball up.
Just under 14 minutes remain. Biggest lead in the game now. Uncontested Campbell, but straight down to Johncock, to McLeod, getting busy. Goodwin. Edwards is running. The kick goes in that direction. Awkward one for him. Bounced okay, though. He stifled the bounce. Backs off, and he would be tackler. Little chip to space. Coming hard is Perry. Knocked away by Bowden. Good recovery by Bowden. To the middle and Hyde. He can take it and go. Hall is on. Across the ground it comes. Hall forward at the wing. Brown wants it. Brown's got it.
Hey, by the time he marked that, look, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Adelaide Crow players, and the fact is Matty Richardson, even though he was leading out very, very wide, he made his opponents get in two minds, thinking Richo normally attracts the footy. Brown just split the gap, led up the middle.
Nathan Brown then. Going at his second goal from 40 metres out. Normally a reliable kick, but this one, I think, is missed to the left-hand side. It has.
The let-off for the Tigers, for the Crows. You'd think you'd much prefer the ball in Matty Richardson's hands out wide than Nathan Brown's in the corridor.
25 goals for this season, but 18 of them came in the first 8 weeks. And looking back, 29 possessions against the Crows back in round 5.
In fact, he's kicked 25-27. So it hasn't been a good year in front of goals for him. John Cock to the wing. Tivendale. Now Hall. That's a terrible handball. Golden opportunity there goes begging. Stenblain, McLeod now right. And they are all over. Loose men everywhere. Can he hit one? Oh, yes, he can. It's Welsh.
That's a nice touch by foot, wasn't it?
Perfect.
Just cleared with the Richmond opponent and gave Welsh's trailing opposition no chance of a touch.
Centimetre perfect.
Absolutely.
Although it's lost its innocence now. It's become a book.
How are sales?
Damn, I didn't bring it up for that reason.
But now that you have. Welsh lines this up. I bet gun barrel straights in the book.
Yes. No.
At Amy, we reward good drivers with lower premiums. That's why we're introducing Amy's new Flexi Premiums. Now, by bearing your excess, you can save up to an amazing 50% off your comprehensive motor insurance. So why pay full premium when new Flexi Premiums let you choose the amount that suits you? So if you want to save up to 50%, get lucky. Call Amy.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Well, they're surging now, the Crows. They're up by 27 points. Clark dominating. Jericho. Rashudo taken high. And we'll come back to it. Rashudo, the Adelaide champ.
Oh, kick it tall. Give us something.
11.5 minutes to go.
No, dude.
You are amazing. Your voice carries. It goes down towards full forward, the kick. Chopped off by Bowden. Tivendale out of the back pocket. Tigers need something here. There's a Tiger down behind play. Didn't see what happened. Tivendale.
Yeah, Jackson just wanted the shepherd, and Welsh just thought, well, if you want a shepherd, put the shoulder sideways to me, and I'll give it to you. And he did. It was a fair bump on him.
Blumfield, Tivendale, and now Fleming. Through the centre square. Where's Richardson? They need him. Oh, that's a terrible kick from Fleming. He knows it too. Straight to Johncock. To Riley. Bypasses Edwards. Goes to Perry. She gets free, doesn't he? Over the top to Burton. Burton 75 metres out. Jericho. It's 2 on 1.
He hasn't moved.
Henschel says stop.
That's where he fell over 5 minutes ago.
Who? Jericho?
Jericho, when he went for that mark, and he's just got up and it's come back to him.
Ooh.
They jumped and tried to bump it, but he... Oh, yeah, he's had a bit of a downward go at him, but it's more the hip. Yeah, it's the hip that bumped him hard.
Not ideal.
No.
Will be looked at again.
No doubt.
Jericho, meantime, from 40 metres, kicks and misses to the far side.
Hit the post?
He's just been flippant now.
But he has played out on that half-forward flank this quarter, Luke Jericho, and it's almost as if his opponent refuses to pick him up.
13 minutes played, 10 to go. Tivendale to Hyde.
Nice kick.
Bowden. He's got a few kicked on him. Jackson. Heard him at Shepherd. Wrapped up by Stevens. No free kick. Burton. Somehow over his shoulder. Close to the boundary line. Hyde. So he tried to keep it off. Rashudo. Hacks it to McLeod. He sized them up. He says, you're having a good day, Fred. You can have it. His handball, too unselfish he was. Went to Welsh. Caught by 3 Tigers. And we'll get a ball up. Henschel's got 4. Welsh has got 3. Perry's got 4. Jericho and Rashudo a couple each. Goals, we're talking. Bounce. Van Tuck. Bowden. What's he going to do here? He goes to Tivendale, who can relieve some pressure.
The half-back. Burton was up. Plenty of teammates around. This is Bock. Bock from half-forward. Over the top, flying high was Fiora to knock it away from Jericho. Boundary throw-in.
See, that's where you must educate a kid like Bock. All right, in school footy. Now, that's where we've blown this up. Let's see. Yeah, it changes its spin, Dennis.
Don't think so. The man in the sunnies is always right. That's the principle. They applied initially to JB, but he's been wrong with a few today. Coming up is Zantuck, confronted by McLeod. Well, he gained about 6 metres, and the umpire says throw it in. 28 points the difference. That's a telling stat, because it's a reasonably close game. Thrown in, inside the forward 50 then for the Crows. Jericho hurt a finger. Comes to Burton from Edwards, 55 metres out, pulls it back. I'd back Perry, up he goes. Couldn't complete the mark. Welsh now, with plenty of teammates around him. Over the top to Stenblind, 45 metres out. Well done, Cracker. Coming away as Roden, in trouble. Got it to support in Tivendale. Blumfield breaks away. Little chip. Taken by Houlihan. Runners to either side. He's intent on drawing a man. Didn't need to touch it down, but it worked out okay. Fiora, 60 metres from goal. Goes for a long one. Rutten in best position. Up he goes. Schultz arriving late. but Rutten angles it back across the line.
Yeah, Graham Johncock playing on Nathan Brown now. He's almost made Nathan Brown not lead. He stopped him leading because he knows he can cover him with his pace. So Brown is just running little figure eights and the likes and trying to use guile on him, and it's not working now.
Edwards got it from Johncock over to Jericho, who was just in the hands of trainers, getting his finger put back in the socket.
He's run hard.
Now Bassett. Took a long time to come down. He gives it to Rashudo. Maybe some more Brownlow votes coming up for him this afternoon. Inside 50, Jackson took it to ground. Gasper, Roden. Not a lot to kick to. Not a lot to handball to either. Bowden didn't even find the boundary line with his handball. Stevens, Bassett, Burton. Now reload. Rashudo, another possession. Back to Stevens. Like a circus at the moment, just watching what trick's going to be delivered next. Bowden, high kick. Jericho flies, can't bring the mark down, and gets a free kick for a Shepherd.
How can you have three men forward of the ball doing in that situation? Three Tigers there.
And it's that is the shame of it, isn't it? Hardigan takes his eyes off it and tries to move Jericho under it. But you're dead right. If you've got to take a risk sometimes, you get one forward. But that means there's three Adelaide blokes still down where the ball originally was.
Just under 7 minutes to go. The potential for this one to finish up around 40 points if the Tigers aren't careful, and they don't deserve that.
No, they've been
three-quarters.
They've been better than that.
Yep. Henschel spears a pass in, lurking behind McLeod.
Well, Roden is responsible for Andy McLeod now, and just well, he gave up front position. Let's go down to JB.
Luke Jericho, the trainer's been chasing him for 10 minutes trying to get bloody tape on those fingers. Finally, he's given up.
He just said to him, come down here, come off, I'm not chasing you. Attendance today here at Amy Stadium, 35,896 people.
Not bad, considering where they are on the ladder. McLeod, gun barrel straight. Oh, yeah.
The Primus One plan is making life more simple for everybody because it means you'll never pay for local calls. You'll enjoy frustration-free internet and your line rental is included. All this for one simple fee of $55 per month with dial-up internet. And now you can supersize to Primus One with broadband for just $15 extra per month. That's Primus One. Go on, change. Call now.
Another goal to Andrew McLeod, and the margin just blowing out now with 5 minutes 50 left on the clock. Edwards couldn't quite snaffle it. Tivendale off the deck, kicks it to Weller. Caught. Good tackle by Bock. Johncock. Bock. Clark's waiting for it. Burton's with him. Clark did well.
Yeah,
Just protected enough.
Disguised it, didn't he?
Yep. Burton up to Goodwin.
Well, he gave the umpire an out at least anyway.
It was synchronised jumping.
And Welsh claims he was held. And, well, that's what he's telling the umpire anyway, that he was held. He's not happy about it, but he's had a pretty good afternoon, Scott Welsh, with 3 goals.
How you going down there now, JB? You just crept into the shade. Is it nice and warm?
Just ripped the old wind sweater on. Nice of you to notice too, Dermot.
Cracker sends it towards the wing. Bassett got a fist on it. Moore goes after it, takes it across the line. 33 points the margin then. Looking down the barrel of 12 straight losses. Bleak times for the Tigers. Any more backs to the wall, there'll be a flat screen TV. Boundary throw-in. In front, Marsh directs it down, intended for Cracker. Goodwin hurriedly. Coming up, Stevens. Shirley finds a path, Shirley, from 75 metres. Rashudo in from the side, Wells. Loose ball, I think it's been touched. Zantuck, in any case, gets back. Bowden, Tivendale. Goes wide of the mark. In reverse to Fleming. They've really fallen away now. So competitive early. Fleming. Goodwin should mark, and does.
Well done, Bock. He just took the attention of Weller.
Zing's gone out of the game now. Spearing pass is good. Edwards over the top to Rashudo. Should give this off. Too far out to score. Goes with the pass. Welsh is down there and he was beaten for it in the end by Stevens.
He just seemed to, in the motion of going for the mark, putting his arms up, watch him just move young Jackson out of the way.
Well played. Scott Stevens, who started on the bench today, started his career with Sydney, 25 games there, but was better known in Sydney as the man who taught Ty Kennelly how to drive. And he drives it home for a number 1 to the Crows.
There's so many things in league footy we call golden rules. The number 1 I tend to believe is never let the ball get past you. And if you sense there's contact coming there, you just have to brace yourself and never, ever let... Once the ball goes past you, no matter what position you're on the ground, no matter whether it's in the air or on the deck, once it goes past you, you're totally out of the contest.
Scott Stevens, 11 goals for the season, including 2 hauls of 3. That's interesting. Against the Tigers round 5 and Geelong round 6. Handy player.
You like him?
I do like him. I think if someone was looking for a bargain key forward, you could take a risk on him. If he was going anywhere, of course. With a ball up alongside the centre circle.
You're in trade day. I just hope somebody comes up with a player called Hogan so we can play him on Schultz at some stage.
There's Burton, got it from McLeod, goes to Matner. He's running. Opportunity for Shirley. The mark is taken by Rashudo.
And if we get Richmond draft some kid with the surname Clink, we'll have the trifecta.
You're going for Laverne, for Shirley.
I just want Bock to give it to Hudson. And look for Doris Day. Here's Rashudo in the pocket. It's not going to happen. There goes the centering kick. Plenty of Crows. Shirley. Well, there you go.
Oh, we shouldn't have this much fun.
It is Sunday. Yeah. Shirley directly in front then. And we talked about it getting over 40.
Go on.
And that's the heartbreak, isn't it, for the Tigers?
Yep. Yeah.
They've just fallen away so badly. This game has been dominated by the Crows for the last half hour. Rashudo comes off.
Well played, Bruce.
Another wonderful effort. And right in the running, you would have to say, for another Brownlow.
Yep.
As I said before, his production is up in terms of possessions this season. And Shirley has the goal umpire running, but it's okay.
Well, that saddens it a little bit. 45. It's out to now. Shirley gets all by himself. And he... Well, it is easy up here. But he just shouldn't. He just should not have been able to get by himself like that. Rashudo held it for an eternity on the boundary.
Robert Shirley plays his 50th game next week against the Cats. Inside 2 minutes to full time. And a good afternoon for Neil Craig and his boys. Fleming wrapped up, good tackle. Ben Hudson playing like a man who wants to be in this side for a while.
Now, Roden and Cracker have... Now, they find a little bit of the ball, 12 possessions each day. Over the last few weeks or so, they have... they've come on a bit, but one thing they don't do, they really fall away in their defensive skills. There's Andy McLeod, he's on Roden at the moment. Roden should be pressing. McLeod goes to the front side of the pack. He'll get it here in a second.
Line Edwards, yes. He was going to give it to McLeod and went the opposite way. How will it bounce? Perry almost got it his way. McLeod, centering ball. Bigland's Welsh, got a kick away. That's a miracle. And a nice way to finish.
51 points. They have been better than that. But that's the thing with Cracker and Roden, is that they apply very, very little defensive pressure on the opposition midfield. And in this last quarter, when the Adelaide Crows really have smacked them up, it's been their midfielders breaking forward into space with time and an eternity to look up and spot what they're going to do with the ball. If you've got a midfield opposition bearing down on them, it rushes the kick. It makes things tougher. But they really have to learn some defensive edges to their game, those two boys, because they've got talent.
So 51 points. It was 8 points at three-quarter time. Hudson. Again Hudson, smothered off the boot.
Got good hands for a tap ruckman. Look at Nathan Bassett. He put his feet out and wedged the ball between the inside of his feet.
Either very clever or he cramped up. There's the bounce. How about that? Goalless in this term. Hudson hasn't got the footy. Stenglein feeds it back. Close. Here's Bock. Goes out wide. Edwards in front. To his own advantage, Edwards. Matner running down towards half forward. Looking for, and not finding Biglands. Leading back in the race. Fiora takes it across the line for a behind. So we're down to the last 15 seconds.
I think Aaron Fiora's been given the job on Scotty Welsh just for the last couple of minutes.
Roden, Bowden, another possession late for him. Just playing out the time now, 52-point margin. And Neil Craig would have to be happy with that. They have been enjoyable to watch this afternoon, the Adelaide Crows. They've played the kind of attacking football that their fans surely will come back again to see. Ball back into play. Houlihan caught. Stenglein.
There it is. A good afternoon. The margin was 8 points at three-quarter time, and Neil Craig and his Adelaide Crows go away with a 52-point win. Adding on 44 points in the last quarter. 7-goal last term for the Adelaide Crows. The Tigers failed to put one on at the other end. Mark Rasciuto led his team once again brilliantly. Knows no other way but to have a real dig at it. And he walks off the ground. A proud man. 28 possessions for Mark Rasciuto. Andy McLeod returned to form. He's come good over the last month or so. Finding a bit of the footy today again. 25 possessions. Inside 50s, 8. And that is damaging when Andy McLeod can run forward to the centre with time to do as he wants. Neil Craig, his first game as the appointed coach, caretaker until today. Be well happy. They pressed early on, weren't they? And they got a jump on them, the Tigers, got 3 goals to none. The first 10 minutes.
21-goal afternoon is the kind of afternoon that they would have been hoping for, and they play Geelong here next week, and then they've got one that could see Neil Craig end the season as a hero. They've got the showdown against Port Adelaide, round 22.
Wouldn't that make their summer?
Oh yeah.
If they beat the Premiers, they could end the season having beaten the Premiers for this year.
2 weeks before the finals. Mark Rasciuto is wandering around out there. James Brayshaw is getting close to him. Got to brace a bit closer than some of those Richmond opponents today, and he's still keeping it at arm's length. Let's go down to James Brayshaw with the Crow skipper, Mark Rasciuto.
Sorry, Roo, we've got a distant camber. Well done today, mate.
Yeah, it was a good win. We struggled a bit early, and it's been a bit like that all year, but to have a 7 or 8 goal win in the end is a good win.
Now, just a mountain of leather for you. You having a ripping season?
Oh, it's been all right. We've had most players out, so I haven't had too many other players going along this year, but no, it's a good win today. Good to get a few kicks.
Brownlow medal night last year was good for you, mate. Some people are saying it's going to be good for you again this year.
No, I think you've got to win a few more games than what we have, but there's been a few standout players. We'll see what happens.
What about the feel of the new coach?
Craig will be a good coach for us. He's a very good communicator. He's a good developer. He's a good teacher, and you know, we're going to have a lot of young kids on our side over the next couple of years. We're going to need to be coached properly, and Craig can do that for sure. The club's feeling good about it.
Well, they're getting led pretty well on the ground too. Well done.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, bro. Thank you to Mark Rasciuto. And one of these blokes, you know, he's so classically tough out in the ground. He's one of the really good blokes.
Yeah. In fact, his chest's that big. He needs 2 Brownlows to to Phillip. They'd sit well on him, 2 Brownlow medals. He has been a sensational.
Yeah. Interesting to his remarks about Neil Craig. If you think back, they kicked 22 goals in their first game under him, didn't they, against Melbourne? Yeah, 14. So it's taken a while to bounce back to those lofty heights, but 21 this afternoon. So I think they'd be well pleased with all of that.
Now, Mark Rashuda, I think 28 possessions, did we say, today? Because,
right on his season's average.
Because I have a feeling, how's this for somebody who should get a life? I think that leaves him on 499 possessions for the year. That's off memory. You've got to get out more, Dennis.
You're one bloke that doesn't have to get out more. I'd rather you came up with those possession tallies.
That's provided it's right. We're going away to check, which ruins our lives.
52-point win here.
Happy birthday for next weekend, too.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to turning 34. Adelaide, 21-12, 138. A 52-point win over the Richmond Tigers. 13-8, 86.
Yes, I feel it. It's coming. It's here after you. Want it.
He lives with his mum, wife, sister and daughters. This bloke's a survivor.
We got a live one.
And we've got the Backyard Blitz Drive to our garden, outbuild it, outblitzes.
Stop this monkey business.
Backyard Blitz, 6:30 tonight.
Then, returning at 7.
Australia's most breathtaking homes open for your inspection.
From the palatial to the intriguing, Deborah Hutton presents the homes you've only dreamed of. Locations, amazing homes, following Backyard Blitz tonight on 9.
Is your dandruff on full blast? Turning people off? Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Created with pyrethrum zinc. It blows dandruff flakes away. It's proven. Garnier Fructis makes hair up to 5 times stronger and so much shinier. So effective, not a trace of a flake. Kiss those flakes goodbye. Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Give your hair the strength to shine. Cougars, thank you. Shit, right there, just gave it a little nudge. The sheep knock you back, mate. Cougar, it never happened till you tell your mates.
A Port Lincoln man murdered. Adelaide detectives find out why. A spate of fires sweep Adelaide, and Thorpe brings home our first goal.
Amy Stadium, and the locals are happy. They're content. A 52-point win for the Crows. 21-12, 138 over the Tigers. 13-8, 86.
I know the game didn't mean a lot in some respects and didn't have a bearing on the finals, but it was an enjoyable game to watch. I think that's why the fans would be pretty happy with their lot. 4 goals to Welsh, 4 goals to Perry. Henschel chipped in with 4, Jericho, Rashudo, and on the opposite side of the page, Weller, Richardson, Schultz and Fleming. They had moments, but unfortunately couldn't string those moments together for long enough.
Well, when you called it with those boys who were kicking 4 for the Adelaide Crows, they got 39 goals in the last 5 weeks. Got 12 out of, arguably, 3 key type forwards today. So, I mean, a great return. They turned it around, but, gee, didn't they get some supply?
Yeah, they did. It's hard to know who will get the 3 Brownlow votes. Rashudo played so well, but Tyson Edwards is awesome, didn't he?
He had 8 inside 50s. And, look, we did make mention during the call, Nathan Brown, it was at one time for a quarter, was playing on him and just thought, no, Tyson Edwards is leaving his half-forward flank and becoming a 5th midfielder who just plays forward of the centre or just presses 10 metres in past the true centre of the ground. I'll stay back and I'll pick it off. Well, he set up so much being allowed this free space. Now, watch this. He gets this back on the play. He runs on. He orchestrates this. Now, watch what the next kick... The next kick, because there's no pressure on him, he thinks, right, what's going to happen? All right, I kick it here, and that'll dictate my teammate has to go there to receive. Look at the time and space he has. and he can predict and he can manufacture something given that circumstance with no pressure. So he had a fantastic game of footy.
In fact, he lives about an hour just over that hill behind us. Local South Australian from Tailem Bend, Wanaka, and I think he enjoys playing in this kind of weather as well. Another player who played very well, Trent Henschel. He was magnificent up forward.
He kicked the first goal of the game for the Crows, and he kicked a bomb from outside 50 after the half-time siren. Big hook footer, but got the job done today. 4 goals. And this is the one, right? He just goes back, he looks the dish off. James Brayshaw rides this one through. That is a barrel and a half, isn't it?
It was, and that was to give the Adelaide Crows a 6-point lead at half-time, and flew over the top and took this one. And this took a bit of skill as well to kick it around the body. I know they practice that a lot now, but I think Trent Henschel is another one of those players who likes playing in fine weather. He's from the Palmerston Magpies up in the Territory, so fine weather enables him to use his skills to perfection.
Well, he does have a little bit of talent. Mark Rasciuto, he was quite brilliant today as well. We've just got a little bit of a package on him here. 28 possessions, kicked a few goals, a couple in fact, but once again just gave them toughness around the ball. He is a powerhouse, isn't he? He's the true essence of the description.
Didn't play in the 97 flag, and that drove him to actually improve his game, and it pushed him all the way to the 98 flag, and he has just been an inspiration, I think, ever since. He leads so well. He leads with toughness. He leads with actions rather than words. He doesn't say a lot, but what he does with his hands and with his feet and with his mind.
He is quite brilliant, and he does. They just follow him behind him, don't they? They leads by actions, as you say. Let's have a look at them going forward in the game. 21 goals to 13. It wasn't all that different with the actual possession count until it blew out a little bit late in the last quarter. Shots at goal doubled them inside 50s, 20 more. Now, the Tigers pump up their possession count by short possession, which doesn't really do anything for them. Marks inside 50, that is a major discrepancy.
It is, and it's disappointing in some regard, but that's all going to change next year under a new coach, because Terry Wallace, who was home watching this game on the television, would have seen what evolved. He would have known exactly the way Richmond have been playing this year, what has worked and what hasn't worked. So maybe next year Richmond will come out and play a completely different game.
A few areas of the Tigers game we're a little bit critical on. Also their pressure in the midfield. Once it just seemed to slip away. Some of the younger players just fall off the back a little bit, allow the opposition the front running. These are the second half goals now. So you'll actually see how they trail in behind some of the Richmond boys. Now this is early in the third quarter, so there's still a bit of heat on, but you just cannot let Tyson Edwards, Andy McLeod and Rasciuto time in the midfield just to run forward, settle down and spot up a kick. If there's one area where you can assist your backman is to pressure those types of ball carriers so they rush their spot up kick.
Well, some say the best way of actually putting pressure on your forward is to get the ball yourself, but you've just got to thump the ball away. You've just got to stop your man from actually getting the ball for 5 or 10 minutes, and that actually puts more pressure on him than anything else, because you're depriving him of an opportunity to actually get a touch, and you're also giving him the chance to actually be dragged, because coaches don't often have much of a tolerance for players forwards who don't get a touch for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, you just must. You must produce if you get it. A lot of people say, look, they're out there having a go. They are, but really, they're paid as professionals. You really need to work on certain aspects of your game. And the one thing you can have a bearing on, if you don't have the same skill as the opposition, is the mindset and the willingness to apply yourself. And that applies for all teams who've fallen away this year. I'm not just saying because this is what we saw today. My team as well. They need to put in that same kind of effort.
And the good part for Adelaide today is the blokes who chipped in that haven't played a lot of football. And you talk about people like Rasciuto and Edwards who've played a lot of football, and McLeod who's got the ball now. But they've also got some young players who look like they might have longer careers, like Jericho and like Trent Henschel and Martin Mackner and Nathan Bock. So hopefully the future is bright for Adelaide under Neil Craig.
Let's have a look at this match stat page. Long kick 75 to 64, short kick 69 to 70. Now that looks a lot closer than it really was. The short kicks to Adelaide were to people in space who could run forward. Yeah. Richmond almost do it to a contest. Disposal clangers pretty similar, contested marks the same, uncontested marks. Now there is a big discrepancy. That's where those short kicks come into play. An extra dozen putting them into space where the player can play on. Free kicks, they're thereabouts, so it doesn't really matter, but they did play the game a whole lot better than their opposition today, the Adelaide Crows. Well, all those players, they're in line to be up for the Lou Richards medal. At the end of the year, they could drive away in the Camry Sportivo. And I went for Tyson Edwards today. I thought he was just superb. Andy McLeod once again. And Mark Rochelle. Well, there you go. There's the story of the day. I didn't even look at it until I just went for the players I thought had the major effect. Midfielder, 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 key forward.
And I think they were only 8 points down at three-quarter time, Richmond. It's a stunning result to see them in the end beaten by a team that's not going to make the 8 by 52 points.
Yeah. Well, they're all in line for the Player of the Year, and they could drive away in the Camry Sportivo worth over 40,000. Key features, you know them all: the alloy quad cam V6 engine, the Aero Sports body kit, the 16-inch alloy wheels for optimum handling, as well as the sports tune suspension and the sports front seats in there as well. We're going to take commercial and be back to wrap up after the break. You're watching Sunday Football.
Sex and the suburbs. Just look what the neighbours are up to.
They are saying, give it to me and give it to me now.
Also, Mike Munro with Yana Pittman as she makes the biggest decision of her life. 60 Minutes, 7:30 tonight.
We've got the son's family over for a bite. Nothing flash? I'm going to make it special with some roast potatoes. Roast potatoes?
Oh, lovely. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Birdseye. Don't tell your mum. Never been easier.
Okay, kids.
Granddad, eat this on the floor.
Bird's Eye oven roast potatoes. Now in 2 tasty new flavors.
Nice guy. Bad guys. Bad move. No more nice guy. Mel Gibson proves revenge is explosive. Payback, 8:30 tonight on 9.
Final scores at Amy Stadium. It was the Crows by 52 points, and that works out now to the AFL ladder coming through, and we'll see that in a second. 52-point win to the Crows at home, as I said. Let's have a look at the Crows now.
Well, the worst Adelaide's ever finished is 13th, but they're a chance to sneak up a place on the ladder, of course, depending on other results. But they've got 2 more home games, Adelaide, so they do have an opportunity to win 1, if not 2 of those. And, well, for the Tigers, second last on the ladder, and their only redeeming feature from their season is that they will get, you would think, a priority draft pick. Next week's round, well, Friday night football on 9. Regardless of what you got planned, you better be home by the box watching this one. Collingwood v Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide at the moment sit top of the ladder depending on what St Kilda does today. Yes, that is going to be a sensational game. Melbourne, an important game against Carlton at Optus Oval. Geelong face Adelaide here at Amy Stadium, so a tough one there for the Cats. Sydney v Essendon, another massive game. Bulldogs and Kangaroos. Brisbane Lions and St Kilda. Well,
that'll be one of the games of Brisbane's life at the Gabba.
And that could shape the way it all finishes up.
And the Hawks and the Tigers, that's a big one at the other end as well.
Yeah,
and then Fremantle up against the West Coast. Well, that's all we've got time for here at Amy Stadium. Goodbye from us. It was the Crows by 52 points.
Monday. On a rockin' New Year's Eve, Joey's resolution is to kiss Elle Macpherson.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Friends' favourite, 7:30 Monday on 9. Monday. This guy really knows how to rock your world.
Charlie, what are you doing?
Smoking the water. All new 2.5 Men following Friends, 8 o'clock Monday on 9. Tonight, step inside Australia's best addresses with the series return of Location's amazing homes. Then after 60 minutes, Mel Gibson and Lucy Liu deal out some payback. This is Channel 9 Sunday.
2004 Toyota AFL Premiership season brought to you by our telecast sponsors. Primus Telecom, change is simple. Chartered Accountants, employ our thinking. Radio Rentals, now big in furniture. Amy, lucky you're with Amy. Keno, win it by the minute.
and Toyota. Oh, what a feeling.
Yes, good afternoon everyone and welcome to Nine's continuing coverage of Sunday football. Been very much looking forward to this one, I can tell you. The Kangaroos up against St Kilda from Telstra Dome. In terms of their ladder positions at the moment, of course, this is all dependent on teams that have already played this weekend. It's 2 versus 9th. But a win for the Kangaroos will see them jump up to about 6th place on the ladder. A victory for the Saints will see them regain top spot at the expense of Port Adelaide, who are sitting there at the moment, as we say. All right, we want to get as much of this game away as we possibly can. It is a very important one for the Kangaroos, not only in context of their ladder position, but also for their skipper in Adam Simpson. 200 games, he's been a stalwart of the club. Let's check in on some of the first quarter highlights now. Telstra Dome, Kangaroos versus St Kilda.
St Kilda try and work it forward. Boss now, inside 50, getting the front spot. Was Petrie, good play there. What wonderful play by Revolt. The ball comes to ground. Black on the left foot, up towards full forward. Garrett got the front spot. Now he's kicked it over his shoulder and kicked a wonderful goal to open proceedings. Fraser, Garrick and Black combining. Fantastic stuff. The Saints have the first on the board. Back in the middle, McKernan got cleaned up by Noble Archer. Ground level, almost a throw by Wells. Doesn't matter. Harvey and Hamill combining beautifully. And then the centering ball to the corridor. He's got it again. Shrugs off Watt. Gives the handball. Montagna. What a blistering start for the Saints. Gee, the key forwards for the Saints already look in fantastic touch in Rewalt and Garrick. There's Lenny Hayes. Now he'll drive the ball long. Here's the G-train. Garrick marks in the chest. Kangaroo defenders can't get near him. He plays on. Wheels from 50. 5 metres inside the boundary line. Garrick's got a couple. The Saints have got 3. Dynamic start for the Saints. Gee, they look slick with a handball, the Saints. What about that through the half-back line? Now Harvey with a finishing ball to this man who's just on the march at centre-half forward. Got a bad bounce then. Picked up by Petrie. Just steadying the ship as Watt. Goes out wide looking for his man in Corey Jones. Little left foot kick around the corner was excellent and has been marked in the end by Shannon Grant within range. Quite a difficult angle, but mild conditions, very little wind here today at the Dome. Kick on the way. Goal umpire just lets it go over the head. And the Roos have got their first at the 8-minute mark.
Dean Laidley hasn't mucked around at all. He's put Glenn Archer straight onto the big G train, and Shannon Watt's gone to Brendan Goddard.
What do you reckon, Gary?
Well, it's a strength thing, isn't it? And probably calling on the competitive juices of Glenn Archer.
Rawlings rode the pack beautifully, deserves a goal from good play and gets it. 2 in a row to the Kangaroos, they're back. In the middle, Stevens trying to spin out of the pack. Harris, very good at extracting the ball out of tight situations. Makepeace with the ball forward. Hale has marked strongly as the second tall for the Roos. He'll play on, chip over the top. And the mark will be taken easy in the end by Sinclair. Has been a really good player since coming across from the west. And putting on the Kangaroo jump up. Averaging 14 disposals for the year. And here's a reverse angle look at the job ahead. This will tie the ball game up. Boy, have we got a high quality contest here today. Stevens. Harris. Runs to half forward, kicks to full forward. Sav's got the set here and got the mark and kicked the goal. Kangas are in front, can you believe it? 4 to 1 the Kangaroos. On his favoured left boot, kicks it. Lovely kick. Right on by Blake, brought it to ground. Del Santo on the left boot, kicks to half forward. Here comes Garrick. Hasn't seen it for a while, Garrick, but every time it's come near him, he's got it. Great play again by Fisher, squared it up to Blake. Now it's Montagna, runs around his opponent. Now from 55, he's kicked one, Rerol's got it. Beautiful.